we're back. Howdy, howdy, carnivores.
Hello. Good evening.
3 of us
Look.
today.
The three amigos. Look who's back.
Hey.
So, Michael, what have you been up to?
Well, you finally let me out of the basement. You had me locked in the dungeon for so long.
I was gonna make a Joe Biden reference, but I won't go there.
Oh. Not make it political.
Right. I know you're still feeling a little bit rough, but you look better.
Because I'm jacked up on pain meds and muscle relaxers.
You're all sauced up. Well, we are all praying for you. We're glad you're feeling good enough, at least today, to get on here. So,
don't know if I'm going to make the full 3 hours, though. So we'll see.
No worries. No worries. How was your guys? How was your week, Lindy? I won't ask about Michael's. I know how his was. I won't make him cuss out
Mine's
loud.
not good.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, week was good. Just another week here, still freezing. We had one cool day, like an awesome day, sunshine. And that day I was busy and stuck in the house doing work. And then I thought, tomorrow I'm going to go out and enjoy this weather. And then it was raining, hail, you name it, back to winter again. So I didn't get to enjoy the beautiful sunshine for that one day. So that was disappointing. Other than that, not really much more to report. Still doing my fitness challenge. I finally bought myself a handlebar for my rebounder, and that's going really well. So I can do a lot more moves on the rebounder now. So I'm going to experiment a little bit more, watch a few more videos, and ramp that up a little bit more.
Nice.
Getting my steps in. I'm up to 5,000 steps a day. I haven't passed that, but yeah, I think I mentioned last week the very first day, Michael, I only got 200 steps in the house, which is pretty sad, but that's the reality of it. So I've now worked my way up to 5,000. I don't know how I'm going to get to 10,000, but I'm going to keep going.
Just think how many you used to get when you were at your highest weight.
Yeah.
200 would have been a lot for you.
Yeah. But my fluid has sort of, it's developing a lot more with the extra exercise that I'm doing. I find I seem to be filling up a lot more. I don't know why. I don't know how that works. It'd be cool to talk to someone about that, I think. But yeah, it's funny how exercise actually stimulates more fluid. Is that?
It does.
Yeah.
For
Vibration
sure.
plate's great. That gets rid of it. But while I'm walking or even rebounding, usually that helps. But because I'm doing a few extra moves now, it does hurt. Yeah. So.
Yeah, the movement helps me get the fluid off for sure. I'm definitely looking forward to it this week. But if you overdo it, though, then you swell up. You get sore.
And I think that's what's happening. And I think I mentioned to you before, I was lying on the couch yesterday. I actually can put my legs up on the couch. And I had my bird sitting on the front of my shin. And he moved and left little paw prints, like an indentation. And he's only tiny.
Right.
And that's how much, this little bird left his footprints in my leg. I do have a photo. I'm going to have to post it later. It's so cute. But, yeah. How was your week, Todd?
It was good. I've been jacked up on meds for my spine for 32 years. Don't let them get there. Yeah, carpenter tools in you for sure.
I only take them when I need them. Otherwise, I don't take them. I don't want to get hooked on them. And my insurance doesn't want to give them to me. So I've been struggling with my insurance for giving me the ones that actually do work. The Norco that I was on. Now I'm on a new one. And
wow. Yeah, my week was good. It was busy. A lot going on at work, which is good. And I just finished a month worth of repriming since I crashed my metabolism. Now I'm starting a new 7-day fast today. So that's good. Really need it because look at these pudgy cheeks from all the fluid. I'm looking like that damn picture again. So I gotta get the fluid off me, and which is just fine. So I'm looking forward to that. And yeah, it was kind of fun. A lot of live streams this week. Did a live stream with Rebecca, and we did a live stream on Friday with Bella, and Thursday live stream.
This picture you're talking about?
You son of a. That picture needs a cowboy hat, something fierce. I got to tell you.
Oh, we'll work on it. Michael will work on it.
But yeah, I recognize those cheeks. That stuff's got to go away. Yeah, and then a live stream on Thursday with Chad at Combat Carnivore. So kind of picking up the content. So that's been good.
I love it.
That's more like it. But yeah, so it's been a fun week, and then yeah, just kind of getting ready for the week. This coming week, I got a few things going on at work, but nothing super fun. But my elbow's finally healing up. That's good. So I'm finally able to lift again. That took a while.
You hurt yourself lifting, huh?
Yeah, and I still can't quite straighten it, but I can finally lift with it. But this thing, I don't know, whatever that was, because I went to the chiropractor, and he was like, "Oh yeah, you hyperextended your elbow, and this joint's swollen." And he said, "Give it a couple weeks, see if it heals up." And so it feels better, but I still can't straighten this arm. That's as straight as it'll get, where this one goes all the way straight out. This one's at like a 15-degree angle. But so it goes. At least I can lift with it now. That's all. That's all that I wanted, because that was kind of holding me back from lifting for a minute. But it's feeling better now. So yeah, kind of excited. Let's see. But yeah, so and then I was also going to say doing a call-in SBG on Saturdays now for Iron Sharpens Iron as well. So that's fun. If any of you guys are in SBG, come and see me on Saturday in there. And then we're going to be continuing to do the live stream with Bella and Lindy and whoever else shows up. It's not
team.
Yeah, and the SBG team on Friday. So that's been a lot of fun. Have you caught any of those, Michael?
No, I haven't. I haven't really been on the computer much.
Yeah, I know you're kind of in a pickle, but those have been fun. How are you liking those, Lindy?
Yeah, no, it's pretty good. I'm a little bit quieter, which a few people have picked up because they're such big personalities, and I'm pretty quiet and a little bit shy. So it's going to be good for my confidence to help me grow a little bit more and be a little bit more comfortable to speak up. So, but I am enjoying it. I learned a lot from those meetings.
Yeah,
I'll teach you how to mute them, and then you just mute them when they talk, just like how I did Todd, or you just remove them from the screen. You know? Just do that, and you don't got to listen to them. You know.
You big bully, you big technological bully.
Yeah, you got the buttons.
I have missed your antics, Michael.
I'm sure you did.
But we're doing those every Friday now, so those are going to be fun. And then, we got to give a shout out to Hack Your Health. We are going to be on a panel at Hack Your Health in Tampa. And so if you guys want to get tickets for that, definitely check out Hack Your Health. And we got coupon code Carnivore, all capital letters, and that'll get you $100 off your ticket, which is pretty amazing. This is the cheapest that'll be. So we have to push that because they gave us a whole panel. So we need you guys to show up.
And see Todd in action.
Well, I don't. So they won't invite us back anymore. So we need you guys to show up. So that'll be awesome. But yeah, so that was fun. Have you guys seen this flood in North Carolina? Holy cow!
Bad.
Man, I'm praying for
it's a lot worse than what they're saying on the news.
Way worse. There's like 1,000 plus. They're saying like 200, and it's way worse.
Yeah,
way worse.
it's a lot worse. They're saying they're finding bodies all over the place. Up in the trees, they're finding bodies.
Oh dear, I haven't heard anything. Yeah, did this happen overnight or something? Did it?
It happened last week.
Yeah, about a week ago. But now all the footage is coming out, and that's why. I mean, it's pretty ugly. It's pretty ugly what happened there. I don't know. I haven't seen a flood. I mean, I don't think even the New Orleans flood was that bad.
It was worse than Katrina.
Yeah, for sure.
Yep.
It is ugly. And there's already a pretty nasty one shaping up for
for Florida this week. Yeah.
It's coming in at a pretty bad angle from what I hear.
Yep.
So definitely
Yeah.
our prayers are with them because they don't need any more of that for sure. Yeah. Yeah, it's real bad for sure. Yeah, let's go to some comments here. I failed at a 72-hour sardine fast.
Yeah, it's hard work, isn't it? I was just alternating the eggs with the sardines, and that makes it a little bit better. Sardines kind of get a little bit too much. Yeah.
Don't look at it as a fail. It's not a fail. You did 58 hours. It's fantastic.
Yeah.
What is Jeff saying there? There's no failures, just feedback.
Yeah. You got a ceiling that you can break through next time when you do it next time.
Yeah, I've only been doing 1 day at a time because I did a day of sardines, and then I had to take a day off, and then I did another day, and that's just because of things that were happening here at home. And I like to do my sardines. I cook them up and I eat them fresh. I can't eat them cold later. It's just like cat food later. So it didn't work out for me, but I do want to keep trying because I do feel good when I've done it. But yeah, don't stress about the 72 hours. That's a good start. Yeah.
Awesome.
Do you feel better for it, or do you feel any difference? Be interested to hear.
Whoop, sorry. We're all clicking buttons. Anyone else get upset stomach on sardine fast? I have never done a sardine fast before, but I have never gotten upset stomach from sardines. How about you, Lindy?
Not an upset tummy, no, but I do find that you have to add the fat, otherwise that makes it harder to get down. And I think they say a tablespoon of fat for every tin that you have. I don't know if you're doing the fat. And then if you've got issues like me where you don't have a gallbladder, that could be a bit of an issue as well. But I fill up so quickly just on 1 tin of sardine, but then I get hungry very quickly as well. So within the hour, I'm sort of searching for food again. So yeah.
For sure. Let's see here. After 5 months carnivore, I'm going to try going intuitive and stop tracking macros. Oh, congratulations.
Good. Yeah. I love the simplicity of not having to track macros and work out how much protein and how much fat. That did my head in with keto. And I just like, just eat when you're hungry. If you feel like fat, eat the fat. If you don't, then don't. Just listen to your body. And I love that we can do that now.
100%. 100%. Funny, they want to open a lithium mine up here in the mountains. Wow.
Yeah, North Carolina.
Well, I thought Sandra was in.
She's in Western Australia.
Yeah.
In Perth.
Well,
yeah.
But I think she's talking about North Carolina.
Wow.
That's what everybody's talking about right now. There's a $90 billion contract was signed to open up lithium mines exactly where it got hardest hit.
Oh, wow. Like they needed. Wow. All right. I'll save my inclination to go into conspiracy theories for now.
Got to change our hats, Todd. We got to put our football hats on.
Exactly. Hey, Mama Cracker.
Hi, Mama Cracker.
I will say the conspiracy theories are proving incredibly accurate.
Right.
Yeah.
Yes, they are. You want to know where they come from? They come from people who actually do the thinking and critically think about stuff. That's where they come from. They're not theories. Look up who came up with that term.
Yeah, I know. That by itself was a bunch of straw man horseshit. Anyways.
Yes.
Even worse than government has been turning away, in some instances, confiscating supplies brought in to the flood areas. Yeah, I know. And we should just, screw FEMA, screw the government and all the bullshit that they're doing. I don't care what happens to this video. What FEMA's doing, they're turning away. They're closing down air traffic control for private enterprises that are going and saving people that are stranded. They're turning away people that are trying to haul the debris out of there so people can get in.
Yes.
Those people away. They turned down. They stopped Elon Musk and Trump from bringing in
Starlinks.
Yeah. And I mean, these are all real things. So, and then they give them $750, which they can't spend anywhere anyways.
And And they got to pay that back within a year.
And they got to pay it back within a year. And meanwhile, they're giving the illegal immigrant Democrat voters $10,000 every time they come into the country, you know? So, yeah, let us all not forget this shameful, shameful time. And let's remember who the hell is doing this to our country, because it's absolutely disgusting what they're doing to our people right now. Such a crock of shit. But anyhow, I'm sure this will get flagged.
Hey, it's the truth.
Yeah, FEMA is defunct. Yeah, they're pieces of shit. They're literally hurting citizens just to cover this up. It's crazy. I'm here in Central Florida and getting ready for this storm. We're praying for you, Danny Smith. Definitely stay safe. This is, from what I hear, this is not going to be an easy one at the angle that it's coming in. So we are praying for you.
Might want to think about getting out of there.
Yeah, I told Dr. Phil, because he's in Tampa, I was like, this might be a good time to go on vacation to someplace a little less apocalyptic looking right now. Todd, your face is bright red. Too much sun or iodine? No, too much cheese. So this is what Todd's face looks like. So I was priming, and I haven't had cheese in about 2 weeks, but when I have cheese, I get inflamed, and I was eating cheese because I didn't have an appetite. My metabolism crashed when I was on my last 7-day fast that I did. Metabolism crashed, and I just could not eat enough, and I needed an appetite booster, which is always cheese. And so I had some cheese, and cheese, I just, man, it makes me hold fluid, turns my face red. So I'm ready to be or drained and uninflamed here. So that's why I'm back on my fasting schedule. But it's good. It took about 4 weeks to get my metabolism out of the dirt, but now I'm feeling good. Now time to take care of all this mess.
Yeah, and it'll drop quickly, won't it? And you'll clear up. So
yeah, watch the next 7 days, and you'll see my face is gonna go
deflate
for sure. It's pretty funny. Which is, it's nice to know that now too, just like Michael was saying, about your 58 hours on the sardine fast. That's fine, because it's just a muscle you're building, and you can go a little bit further next time. Plus you get all this information. Like, I'm gained almost 40 pounds now of fluid in the last 4 weeks, having some cheese, but I know it's all, maybe 5 or 10 pounds of it's fat, and the rest is all going to be fluid or muscle or whatever. But it's all going to be fluid, and I know what to expect now, so it doesn't even bother me. You just have to go through kind of those feast and fasting timelines. Even if you ate eggs, it's not a fail at all, for sure. Let's see. Hi from Austin. We were there not too long ago, huh, Lindy?
Oh gosh, I know, I miss it. They were good days.
We love your city. However, your people
highways.
Your people drive like jerks. Just so you know.
And we didn't like the scorpions either.
No, you can keep the scorpions. Also, they should put that as a warning on your Airbnbs that there are scorpions on the walls, because that was
they can crawl.
They can crawl.
Days.
Yeah, I mean, that was like a new fear unlocked when I saw the scorpions on the ceilings.
I haven't seen you jump so much when you had the little scorpion in the tweezers and they jumped out. And
yeah, I moved pretty quick for a fat guy. And I may have screamed like a few octaves high of a
like a little girl,
schoolgirl. Bah!
Butter with sardines. I actually put tallow in mine. I stay away from the butter where I can. I don't know why. I do like butter, but that's probably why, because I like it too much.
That's awesome. Is this okay? Here we go. Sorry. I will find my tinfoil hat. I don't have to look very hard. I know where it's at. 4 years into this diet and off all meds, had a heart attack at age 37 before carnivore, and off all meds now and doing the best I've ever had. That's awesome, Danny.
Wow, Danny, that's
Good job,
awesome.
Jenny.
Incredible.
So glad you found this way of eating.
100%. 100%. It's so funny, right? Because all your friends and family probably thought your heart was gonna explode laying on the table, be full of cholesterol. Yeah, yeah. There's our little Austin uninvited intruders. Oh, yeah, you should really put that on the Airbnbs. Be like, by the way, you have roommates,
Yep.
and they look like this, because that was a little unsettling for sure.
And there's still one behind the couch somewhere. He escaped from this.
Yeah, that was not nice. They're turning saved people away from hotels.
Oh,
Yeah, I know. I'm so tired of this country and this stupidity that's going on right now. It's yeah, it's incredible what's happening. We got to turn this boat around for sure. Yeah, they're not letting the other people. Yeah, it's so stupid. And because the government's so efficient. I mean, has anybody ever used the post office or the DMV? Because they're so wonderful at their job. Everything should be privatized and get it away from government. Government does nothing but run like crap. They just steal money, run as inefficiently as possible. It's such bullshit. You know, if you put real people out there that actually had to, keep deadlines and fulfill contracts, if you put those people out and put them in charge of actually getting those people some help, they would have help already.
Completely different. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Such crock of shit. So tired of it. Thanks so much for sure. We all see it. We know what the score is. I'm in Canada. We pay a fortune for beef in stores compared to the U.S. If it keeps going up or keeps it up, we won't be able to eat beef. Even ground beef is $6.99 a pound here. Well, yeah, for sure, for sure. I mean, I don't know. I don't know about Canada, like, because I don't know if that's $6.99 Canadian or American, and I don't know that it matters necessarily. But I mean, the ground beef that I buy is $6.99 here and $7.99 a pound. Where I'm at in the U.S. and it's expensive for sure, but even though it's expensive, it's a priority because it makes other things cheap. Like I don't have to pay. I don't have medications to buy anymore, and I don't have stuff. But I agree with you. They're trying to price this out. If they can't regulate something out, if they can't just outright ban it and make you eat government meat, then they try to, they try to price you out of it, and that's what they're trying to do right now with meat, and so that's why we have to support our local farmers. And if we want to get this back, we can't take a knee to it. We can't eat their bullshit. We can't buy their cheap processed foods, and we can't buy their government grown beef and all that stuff. We have to support our local farmers and just let these companies die. If we would all stop eating their junk, they couldn't push it on us anymore. They go bankrupt.
Mm. And I wonder how many meals you're having a day. Are you having like 3 meals and snacks every day? Because I find I'm very satiated doing carnivore, so I don't eat as much. So even though meat is expensive, we used to get Chinese for dinner, and that'd cost $100 to feed us, and then you'd have to have lunch, and because you're hungry in an hour, and it was like we're constantly eating, and then you want your snacks as well on top of that, so it ends up being very expensive. We spend a lot of money on meat now, but it lasts us a long time because we're just not hungry. Right. So I think it kind of balances out. It just when you do go to buy it does feel like a lot when you buy it, but I think it lasts a lot longer. So it'd be interesting to just do a price comparison on what you would eat if you weren't doing carnivore compared to carnivore in one day and see how that works out for you.
100%.
I managed to save up for a deposit for a car just by turning carnivore. Like that's huge for us. Yeah.
For sure. When crap happens in Aussie, we Kiwis fly straight over to help the way it should be. That's awesome. That's very good.
Oh, well, I'm out of eggs. Do you want to come as a rescue? I can't get eggs.
You guys are still having problems getting eggs out there, huh?
They're starting to come back now, but I can't get we get them from a farm, and they are limited, so different sizes and whatever. But they're starting to come back now.
Wow,
That was awful when we were without eggs.
I bet. That's so sad. I'm grateful that I have no problems with cheese. I agree that it's sad. I love cheese, especially extra sharp white cheddar. It's my favorite.
I love the Parmesan and stuff. Italian cheeses, my favorite. But yeah, dairy doesn't love me.
No. It's definitely on the no-go list. Grass-fed ground beef is around $8 a pound here. Just went up $1. Yep, for sure. Yeah, I mean, but everything's expensive, right? What was that that meme the other day? It said, I'm getting stronger in my old age. I can now carry $100 worth of groceries.
Yeah, with the groceries before I couldn't.
Yeah. And I'm like, yeah, that's a fact. Everything is getting pretty pricey. Thank you. Was thinking might need to work my way up. Can't handle repeat flavor. I feel wussified. Was starving at 58 hours, but had to have steak. Sugar, thankfully, reset back lower though. Oh, perfect.
Yeah, so that's a win to me. Great job.
For sure.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah. The worst thing you can do is white knuckle a fast. You don't want to do that.
No.
Look what happened. I pushed the fasting too far and my metabolism dropped. Now I have fat kid faced. I had to refeed for 4 weeks, and now look at me. I look like I got stung by one of those jellyfish things.
Can we pee on you?
I need to. I might wait a month before I try again. Nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, that's perfect. Great. Love it.
Nothing wrong with that. Thank you. And who knew I might make it next time? Yeah, who knows? I might make it next time. Starting to think plastic on top could have caused problems. Was doing better with solid tints. Oh, yeah, for sure. You know, I don't know what it is, but that's why I drink all these waters in glass bottles, because I cannot do the plastics anymore. Like they all taste like chemicals to me, you know.
What's this brand now you're drinking? This is a blue bottle now.
Yeah, Saratoga is one of my new favorites.
Oh, Saratoga? Okay.
Yeah, they're a little bougie, but tasty little suckers for sure.
I haven't seen those here, so
they're good. They're called. I don't know if you can.
I love the color blue. Like, I just buy it for the bottle.
It's vodka.
It's vodka. Sky vodka. Question for Lindy. Ever try bile salt? I'm checking with my doctor about that next visit.
Oh, no, I never heard of it.
I never heard of it either. No.
I have my mom doesn't have a gallbladder, and so you use ox bile and bile salts for if you're missing a gallbladder. My mom uses them.
Yeah, it's funny. I made myself a bone broth in my cup here today, and I just buy a powdered version, and I put 2 eggs, just a little knob of butter, and then water, blitzed it up, and it looks so cool. I had like 3 layers. It almost looked like a lasagna because they had sort of the broth at the bottom, and then sort of the floaty egg bits, because there were 2 yellow 2 egg yolks, and then it was frothy at the top. It looks so good. But geez, that's put me on the toilet all morning. I've been going backwards and forwards to the toilet. So I don't know what it was that made me, it just gave me a bit of a funny tummy.
It's right through you, huh?
Yeah, it did, which is good. It's cleaned me out like a whistle now. So I feel really good. And it was almost like a whoosh in a way. So, and I feel really good now that it's passed. But I think that might be a good, might do the same thing as bile salts, do you think? Definitely if you're constipated, this is a good drink to have, I think. Oh, is Todd on the phone?
I don't know.
Yep. Okay,
he
shall we?
Might be.
Yeah.
We'll just keep going through the questions.
Okay. So next one, there we go.
Sorry, audio was cutting out and I had to reset it. Can you guys?
Yeah.
You're good now.
Okay, thank you.
Lindy, I ordered some Tagliatelle. Turns out I'm not a fan of the smell or the taste on its own, but I'm cooking my steaks in it. Oh, okay. That's all right. I love mine. But we're all different, so that's okay. And you're enjoying it with the steaks? Have we lost Todd again? Yeah.
Sorry, my audio keeps cutting out. I don't know what's going on. Sorry, I missed that. What did we say?
Oh, just talking about Tassie tallow. I buy Tassie tallow, and I've been using that in all my cooking and stuff, and I really enjoy it. But Anna's not a big fan of it, which is all right.
No.
So, yeah.
Yeah,
I
it's
wonder
weird.
if there's other brands.
Yeah, some tallows taste funny and some are pretty good. I have the same problem. They either taste really good to me or they taste a little bit almost bitter to me. And so I really like the South Chicago packing.
That's all I use.
Yeah.
I don't know if we can get that here, though.
Probably not, no.
Yeah.
I gotcha. Yeah, it's pretty good. But honestly, I haven't been using much tallow. I've just been getting fatty cuts of meat and smoking them lately. Yeah. So, but yeah, they're not bad.
We'll have to try and look out for another one for you, Anna. It's kind of limited here in Australia. It's a real pain. I hate it. We need some providers, some suppliers of Aussie Carnivore stuff.
For sure. 750 is only for low-income non-homeowners from what I hear a rumor, but not surprised if it's true. Wow, that's even worse then.
Yeah, I heard a lot of people got that denied.
You know, how a tragedy like that can happen and they're not getting assistance when we're sending money to Ukraine and paying immigrants $10,000 to come to the country right now for votes.
They're buying votes. Huh?
Yeah.
We should go over the border, Todd, and come back.
We should. We should come back as, I don't know, Jesus or whatever. Scorpion scream. That's a screaming moment for sure. No kidding. That's what I'm saying. It was like a new level of fear unlocked when I found out they can climb straight up walls and on ceilings, because now that means that your bed's not off limits, right? Like your shoes.
Sure.
Yeah. As soon as Ella saw that, she ran straight up to the bedrooms and checked under the covers. It was scary. But we didn't find any upstairs, which was good.
Oh, not good. Not good. I had to look everywhere. Pulling bed sheets back, looking, shaking out my boots in the morning, shaking out my pants and clothes, going,
And your hat.
Yeah. And I kept telling them they like to hide in your luggage. Keep checking your
I hated that. Oh, what a bunch of crap. Oh, question for Lindy. How did you do on your 3-day sardine fast?
Yeah, no, I didn't do too well. Like Sandra, I had a bit of a struggle. I did 1 day on and then 1 day off, 1 day on, 1 day off. So that was my 3-day fast. It is a struggle. So I still count that as a win. I felt good doing it, but I just couldn't do 2 days in a row. But I will try again in a couple of weeks. So how did you do? Did you do it as well? Let us know.
For sure. Some countries in Northern Europe are putting in soy protein filler 20% in their ground beef. Ooh, tasty. Nothing goes better with your ground beef than a little bit of high estrogen. Disgusting.
Oh, yeah.
That's what we got to stop. A bunch of freaks deciding what's good for the peasants,
Yeah, just find a good local butcher that you can trust and, stay away from that meat if you can.
For sure. I save so much just eating meat, even now in this current situation, 1 to 2 meals per day for over 8 years now. Awesome.
Yeah. It's hard, when I do the shop, it is a big price that I pay in one hit, but then it lasts a fortnight, like 2 weeks before I have to buy it again. And it's sometimes even 3 weeks because, I do eat like a bit of a bird compared to my husband. We are saving a lot.
For sure.
It's good for you.
Can you guys hear that?
Yep. Yeah. Because she's like, where's the smoked beef?
She is too.
We can lip read, Poor dog.
That dog. Well, she knows when I do this live stream, and she knows that I'll shut her up when she's doing this. So she's figured out that if she bugs me when I'm on a live stream, she'll get fed twice. I'm not even kidding you. So she knows when to bug me now.
She's gonna come up and start talking in the chat and tell you to get out there and feed her.
She is. She's gonna be like, somebody just send me a GoFundMe for some ribeyes. I mean, go send me ribeyes, that little turd.
I'm just wondering if we bark, do we get home delivery?
No, you get muted. I just can't mute her. Heck yeah, Michael, glad to see you back. Keep those two in line. Yeah, he's got his hands full. Lindy, I had a question for you. I feel a little pea-sized nodule along my rib cage and thigh and such. When I press and feel around, I have lymphedema, so I was wondering if maybe that's normal.
Yeah, that's what lipedema is the little pea-sized nodules, and it just feels like a bag of peas, and I've got them in my arms, in my belly, and definitely on my legs, hips, bottom, everywhere. They can get very painful at times, but I find with the carnivore way of eating, that pain goes. So I've just got the nodules, and I don't know if there's much we can do about that. I'm sort of looking into that now, and hoping that maybe surgery can fix that a bit later on down the track. But definitely carnivore I don't think it's growing anymore. I think things have sort of stopped and the pain is gone. So I find it's easy to manage being on this diet. So, yeah, sorry about that. It's a curse for sure.
Nice. Well, and I have no idea. I've never had that. I have the lipedema, so I just get big masses of tissue.
Yeah, the lipedema is like little peas. You can sort of run your hand on that and just feel like little nodules. And if I do Scott's arm, his is nice and smooth, and I've got like a bag of peas on my arm. Yeah, it's weird.
Never knew that.
Mm.
I'm eating 4-ounce hamburger and 3 to 4 eggs each meal right now. I ate 2 meals a day. I was 299 pounds. Starting in July, and scale is finally moving. This morning, I was 272.4. Congratulations.
Excellent. Good job.
Awesome, Peachy.
Let's see. I eat 2 meals a day. Congratulations. I think you're under eating though.
The 4-ounce hamburger is too low.
Yeah, you're under eating by a long shot. You'll actually, I don't know, Coach Amy would say you need 1 to 2 pounds of meat a day for you. And so I don't know, you might think about doing that. I would highly recommend getting some help with that. And I don't know if you're in the steak and butter gang or not, but I would consider joining them and kind of getting that under control, because you're talking about a half ounce or half pound of meat a day. That's not near enough.
Yeah, I think if the scale's budging now and it's moving, everything's okay, but there will be a time where that's going to stop, and then you may need to ramp things up a little bit, maybe do a little bit of a prime, bump up those, the meat, the consumption, and to get that metabolism going again.
If you start struggling to eat the 3 to 4 eggs and you notice that you can't even finish those anymore, then I would definitely do a priming.
Yeah.
Because that's what happened to me. I would eat at least an 8 to a 10 ounce burger with 3 eggs for breakfast, and I was struggling to finish that. And that's when I did my priming.
For sure. I have more fluid with exercise or just standing. That's interesting. Yeah, I have less fluid if I exercise. If I'm sedentary, good Lord, I blow up like a balloon.
Same with me, especially if my legs are down. My legs will just...
Yeah, no, exercise increases it for me. I get more fluid with exercise. But when I jump on the vibration plate, then that helps.
Nice.
Yeah.
Huh. That's very interesting. And that's why these conversations are so good, because there's so many nuances with everybody. I've recently started drinking a Waterloo once a day like a treat. Yeah. I mean, I don't think there's anything really wrong with it unless it causes you to have carb cravings, because I know they're not really sweet. I've had the Waterloos before too.
Is that like a soda water? Or I have
It is. It's a sparkling water, but it's got extracts in it, so it'll have like lime
like a fruit
extract.
flavor or
Yeah.
okay.
But they're not like they don't even have like stevia or anything in it, so they're not even particularly sweet. They're just kind of a little bit tart, kind of hint of flavor in it, and it's kind of like I think they're fairly harmless, you know.
Yeah. Oh, well, if you can have one a day and that's fine. For me, I just want to continually drink it all day, so it wouldn't be good for me, and it's expensive too. Yeah,
For
have to
sure.
live off that.
For
So
sure. Yes, steaks cooked in tallow taste great. I agree, 100%.
excellent. Yeah.
Hey, DC, how are you?
Hi.
Nice to see you.
Hey, DC.
All right. The tallow here is good. You might want to mix it with bacon fat. Ooh, that sounds pretty good. I've never tried that before.
So where do you get your tallow from, Dan? What brand is it? Do you have a link or something? Maybe something we can try.
Well, this is pretty interesting. I was just going to back up here. Cranky says, I'm celebrating that my wife has been eating low carb and is recently starting a strict ketovore. She is not happy with the consequences of the microbiome changeover, but determined despite that, for sure. I don't think any of us were happy with the microbiome changeover for sure. But it'll let you know you're alive, though. That's for sure.
Well, my husband, he said tomorrow's his birthday. He's turns 53. And he said after his birthday, he's going strict carnivore because we've got Bella and Todd and everyone coming in November. And he wants to look his best. I'm like, you've only got like a month.
You better get
You better get moving. I was like, why wait till after your birthday? We can start today. Let's go start today. I'll help you. And no, I'm going to wait till after my birthday. So, but good job. It's hard when your partner's not on board with it, but yeah. Poor Cosette, you're abusing her.
Now I was calling her in preparation for the next comment because I was going to see if she could come. Let me see if I can find a picture of her, seeing how she's being a turd and she's out there bugging mom. Here, I'll look up a picture while you answer the next question.
Dogs are like kids; they need everything as soon as you get on the phone. Yeah, for sure.
That is a fact.
That's why my birds are in their cage at the moment. As soon as I start talking, they're like talking over the top of me. What else? My dogs had pork tenderloin with eggs today. Gosh.
Lucky dogs.
Yeah. They eat better than most kids.
Oh.
No pain since starting carnivore from lipedema, just feel the lumps. Yeah. I used to get really achy, like the tops of my thighs. I'd be lying in bed and the pain was so much that I couldn't sleep. I'd be restless rolling, I couldn't really roll back then, but just be in bed and just, it was awful. But now I have no pain at all. So, yeah. But hopefully.
I'll give you some of mine, Lindy. I'll ship it to you.
I'll be more than happy to take some pain off you. I'm a carnivore now. I can tolerate a bit of pain, not a problem. Just to give you some relief, I'd be happy to. But I definitely think this is the best way to manage that disease anyway. And I'm pretty confident it's not growing anymore. Like things seem to be looking a lot better now. And my shape's changing. So, look, I'm staying positive. Who knows? I've only been carnivore coming up to 3 years. What am I going to be like in 10 years? Maybe these nodules will reduce in size. Like, who knows?
For sure.
Yeah. We got to.
Right. Here is Cosette.
There
she is. I love her little scarf.
Yeah, that's her. She's even in her little facetious. She's about to bark at me right there and say, "Feed me more food." Yeah, but she is.
Looks like she did lose some weight.
She did. That's why she's always bugging for 2 meals. and she's bugging mom every time I'm on the live stream because mom will feed her to keep her shut up. And I have her on a bit of a diet right now because she was out of control eating. She's only 59 pounds and she's 18 years old, going on 19. And if I let her, she'll eat 3 pounds of beef a day. 3 pounds. So I'm like, all right, we got to put the brakes on. So I've been feeding her like 1.5 pounds to 2 pounds. And she feels like she's being tortured. So I don't know. She's so dang spoiled. It's ridiculous.
She'll survive.
I know.
She puts us to shame, Peachy. She eats more than us.
Yes, yeah.
I know. I cook. That dog eats more beef than I do. I'm not even kidding you. Because I at least fast usually 7 days out of, every other 7 days. And she does not. And she'll eat 3 pounds of beef a day until she gets bored with it. And then she wants pork. And then I make her pork. And then she wants turkey. So then I have to make her turkey. I just smoked her turkey. That dog. Dog's ridiculous. That's funny. Hashtag feed Todd's dog. She doesn't need to be fed. She is just a opportunist is what she is.
Lindy, does it hurt to get your blood pressure checked too? I got told off it didn't hurt. With the lipedema, it used to hurt, but also my arms are so big that the cuff would always pop as well. So that if I didn't have if you just go to a standard doctor, they don't have a cuff that would fit me, and so they couldn't take my blood pressure. But it did used to hurt all the time, for sure. And that's because they don't have lipedema. They don't know what the pain's like. They don't even believe it's a condition. So it's like, go and lose weight. It's like, even now I'm losing weight. I still got a big butt, big hips, big thighs. I'm losing the weight here, but my arms, you can still feel the lipedema there. So I'm losing the weight, but only in certain parts of my body.
Yeah.
But, they continue. Would you like Ozempic? You should have Ozempic. Try this. I'm like, I'm losing weight. That's not the problem. It's frustrating. So, but we'll get there.
For sure. Yeah, they don't know what that feels like. When they take my blood pressure, they have to pump, there's so much, or there used to be so much fat on the arm and fluid that they'd have to pump it up. And I swear my eyeballs were about to pop out of my forehead before they could get a pulse. I'm like, good Lord.
And just thinking back to my grandmother, like as a kid, she had such bad edema in her legs and she could barely walk, and she could get up and she'd be complaining about it. And, not my mum, but my uncle and all that, they were like, oh, don't be such a wuss, you're not painful, you're just getting old. But you could actually push on her legs and she would feel pain, but they didn't understand because they've never had it. And
Right.
Even the doctors never believed how much pain she is. And I recall her always complaining about the pain and how bad it was, and nobody believed her. But now that I've got the lymphedema and, when I've got the fluid in my legs, I feel that pain now. I'm like, poor Nonna, nobody believed her at all. She went through this alone, everybody telling her it's all in her head. It just breaks my heart to think that's how she spent her, she passed away at about 80, but nobody believed her, the pain that she was in. And it just breaks my heart to this day, because now I'm going through that. And thankfully, Carnivore's fixed a lot of that. I don't have the pain and the edema's going, and like it flares up, but I know what to do to manage it now. She didn't have any of that. So,
Wow.
Yeah. My Ridgeback Archer has loved me being on Carnivore, gets to share lots of my meat. He's 10 years old now, but has extra energy. Oh,
I bet.
That's awesome.
Catherine keeps telling me to buy another dog. I'm like,
Right.
I miss my little Bella so much.
For sure. Yeah. I don't know. I've been thinking about that a lot too. Because it's like, oh, what am I going to do? Because, Cosette can't live forever. But I'm like, man, when I got Cosette, I had no idea I was going to have a dog for 20 years.
You could always adopt that basset hound.
There's 2 of them now. Did I tell you?
He brought
Yeah.
his friend?
I'm not. He did. I think I could not believe it. I drove in the yard day before yesterday, and there were 2 of those stubbly-legged little buggers running out of my garage.
Oh,
And
they're
I'm
like
like, what?
gremlins, Todd.
Yeah,
They're
they
going to
look.
keep multiplying.
I could not believe it. I'm like, what? Where did that one come from?
Maybe he's got a family, and that's why he's bringing all the food back.
I think his owners bought him a brother, and now he showed his brother where my food is. For all of you that don't know, I order meat on Instacart quite often, and there's a basset hound that stalks my house waiting for my Instacart groceries to be delivered. And if I don't get to the door fast enough and the Instacart driver drops the box, that little son of a gun will grab a ribeye and take off with it before I get to the door. And now he's got an accomplice to grab 2. So it's a real problem. That little son of a gun. Oh. Yeah, I couldn't believe it I should just adopt him. He's eating all my dang food anyways.
Hey, you're feeding him, yeah.
Oh, that guy. Can't believe him. Eat the nutrition so your body can get healthy and the weight will come off 100%. And you have to eat enough of it too. You know, you have to get nourished for sure.
Yeah.
100%. You get more fluid with exercise because you have a temporary inflammatory response to help recover, but the circulation will help your lymphatic system get rid of it sooner, clean out the waste cells, etc. Oh, awesome, DC.
Oh, I love that. Well, that makes me feel better about wanting to exercise, because I always think, it's increasing the fluid again. It's doing me more harm than good. Maybe I shouldn't be exercising, but if it's cleaning me out, that's a bonus. Thank you for explaining that, DC.
For sure.
Yeah.
If fat is supposed to give you fuel, why do people suggest eating butter before bed if we have trouble sleeping?
I hear it lowers your cortisol levels, and cortisol is what's not making you sleep. So I think Dr. Bright says that, doesn't she? She eats little cubes of butter that she keeps by her bed if she's not able to sleep, and it just helps lower those cortisol levels.
For sure. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I've heard that too. I don't run into that problem, but I've heard that. Happy 53rd birthday, Miss Lindy.
No, Mr. Lindy.
Yeah.
Scott's birthday tomorrow.
Oh, I got you. I thought it was a typo. Happy birthday.
No. And my daughter, she's going to be 34 too. They're both on the same day, 8th of October. So, wow. Yeah, it's a double birthday.
That's awesome.
Thank you, Anna.
My palm eats burgers and eggs. That's awesome. Spoiled puppies for sure.
Well, my birds eat carnivore too. Skittles loves my eggs, and Rio, he loves the steaks. He goes for the meat. I don't know why. They've got their seeds, and I do little veggie sticks and veggie skewers for them, but no, they like my meat and eggs for them.
Nice. Ham's 100% dripping, 454 grams from the new
tallow that he uses.
Okay. Pam's. Nice. I have to find a link for that one.
That's awesome.
Pam's tallow. Yeah.
Yeah, she's 100% ham. About 1% poodle, but 100% ham. Cosette is so full of herself. That dog, she is the smartest dog I've ever seen. She did grow on me when mom got her for a wedding present a long time ago, and I was mad because I was like, I can't. I'm a construction worker and a big guy and I'm a manly man, and I can't have a poodle for a dog. And then she's as smart as a whip. She is so smart. That dog. She'll go to the fridge and open the refrigerator door and get meat out. Like, it's just crazy how ridiculously smart she is. And spoiled. Really spoiled.
No, thank you, Speechy. I'll let him know. He's at work at the moment, so.
Yeah, for sure.
No doubt he'll pop on later in the stream and say hi.
She is aging in reverse. It's ridiculous. You know, her only problem, and I don't know that there's any fixing it at this point, is her hips. You know, poodles have hip dysplasia. And she was such an active dog. I couldn't keep her in anything. And because she could jump 6-foot fences flat footed, just no problem. And you just couldn't keep her in anything. And she was always jumping off of everything and running 1,000 miles an hour when she's young. So it took a toll on her hips. So she has a little rough hip problem, but her brain 1,000% intact. And she watches everything. She puts everything together. She knows when I'm on a live stream. She knows that's the perfect time she can go bother mom for food. You know, she can bother me for food if she wants to really push it. And she knows she'll usually get fed a second dinner if I'm on a live stream. She knows where everybody's going. I mean, she's on top of it. It's pretty funny. I'll hear her just throwing a fit at night, and I got to come out in the living room, and she's mad because the cat got in her dog bed. And she's yelling at the cat to get out of her bed, you know, in the middle of the night. It's hilarious. She's funny as could be. I think you spoiled her dog more than ours. I didn't think that. Oh, I hear you. I didn't think it was possible either. She's absolutely ridiculous. But I figure if you live to like be 120 in dog years, you get to eat what you want. You know.
Yeah.
This just came in for you, Todd.
Yeah. That's actually very. So the new, no joke, the new one looks very, very much like this one on the right. The original one though is black. Which you don't see very many black.
No, you don't.
Yeah, no. We used to have a Basset that color as well, and she was beautiful.
Yeah, I'll take pictures of them because I saw both of them. I was like, I cannot believe he's told a friend that this is where you get the ribeyes from. That's funny though. Let's see. I'm on day 6 of BBB&E Carnivore. Not feeling too badly so far, other than some occasional headaches. That'll happen. That's definitely, just the keto flu. Probably it could be lack of caffeine. Definitely lack of sugar.
Yeah, sometimes you feel worse before you feel better, and that's just you're detoxing. So, yeah, hang in there. Keep strong if you can.
For sure. Yep, it's just a game of consistency at this point.
Yeah.
Fastest way to lose weight, fat in certain areas is to build muscle. I've been finding that out firsthand myself lately. But you got to get there first. So definitely diet, in my opinion, for people like me, I couldn't have got to where I felt good enough to lift until I got the diet under control because I was in too bad a shape. But now that I'm there, absolutely, the lifting is fantastic.
Yeah, you have to work at it. And I'm wanting to move more as well now. But prior to that, there was no way I could do anything. Up and down the hall was as much as I could manage, chair to chair, basically.
For sure.
The 3 of you are total role models for this community, and the reason I decided to finally do something about my weight and get started. I feel much better even after 6 days. Oh, thank you.
Thank you so much. Congratulations.
You got this. We're here for you.
For sure. 100%. No, if we can do it, anybody can do it. I mean, we're as far gone as you can get. And
we wouldn't be here today. I probably wouldn't have lasted another couple of months at the rate I was going.
For sure.
Completely changed our lives.
100%. That one's for you, Lindy.
Oh, poor Nonna. We're so lucky to have our carnivore community. I know, and I wish we had found this so much earlier. It would have made my whole family, their life so much better. And my grandfather had Alzheimer's disease, and they're saying that could probably been improved. Or, if he had more fat in his diet, good fats.
Sure.
They definitely did suffer, and I'm not going to suffer. I'm going to grow old, and I'm going to be lifting weights and doing all sorts in my 80s, and I'm just going to go to sleep one night and peacefully. I'm going to die. Everyone's going to die, but I'm going to be a healthy old person. That's my goal.
I'm thinking parachute doesn't open. That's where I'm going. Parachute malfunction. Something fun. So, something to tell a story about. Yeah, withdrawal symptoms for sure.
Because I was totally addicted to Diet Pepper and sugar. Oh God, my daughter, as a teenager, she was drinking is it Pepsi Max, like 2 liter bottles, like 2 or 3 of them a day. And then when we finally got her off it, because she was just going through depression and all sorts, she had all sorts of issues. She actually was starting to get psychotic. She was seeing bugs on her skin and things popping out of the wall. She was going Fruit Loops. And then detoxing from that was so difficult for her. So, yes, it really messed her up.
Wow. That's it doesn't surprise me. Soda is just a drug. I mean, it's in its worst form.
Yep.
Thanks, Rubasis. Yeah, I'll let them know. My daughter is a zookeeper. Apparently, all animals will eat meat if they get a chance. Yeah.
Wow, I didn't know that. That's interesting. I know Cosette will eat meat whether she gets a chance or not. She makes a chance.
Yeah. Well, I think, if my birds were out in the wild, they'd probably eat bugs. So a little bit of meat. I mean, and honestly, he chews it. He rips it apart and he sucks the juice and then leaves all the bits of dried meat on the wherever he's eating. So I don't think he's actually ingesting it anyway. It's more the juice. So I don't think it's too bad for him. And the other one likes egg yolks. He just likes to pull apart my egg yolks. And, well, I mean, that's how he's made. So I guess that's okay as well.
That's
so
funny.
Yeah, but we don't have sugar and stuff in the house, so they're not having sugars, which they wouldn't have normally in the wild either. So I think it's pretty safe for them to have that.
That's crazy.
We had a miniature pom back in the day. My ex was biker, tattooed all over, walking around with his tiny dog in the crook of his arm, shouting, "Settle down, boo-boo," as cars pulled in drive. Too funny. Oh.
Yeah, I feel your pain. I feel your husband's pain. Yeah, you don't want to have to say stuff like that. I have a French. Yeah, you don't want to be a construction worker yelling across the yard, "Cosette, get over here." French poodle name. Yeah, it's not good. Oh, I think you got a follower, Lindy.
Oh, you or me? Probably you.
I don't know. I don't know how it works. I don't know how to look, but thank you from all of us.
Thank you, Sandra.
Thank you so much.
Yeah. Do anyone sometimes feel like, with all the changes to our body and mind, feel like I'm my own hero?
I feel like a superhero when I eat beef, like that weird. This is literally why I pretty much have just fallen down to eating beef, egg yolks, and the occasional raw salmon, because I do feel like I have superhero, like nervous, twitchy energy when I do that. It makes me want to go lift heavy things and throw things around the house. It's crazy. So I can relate there. How about you guys?
I feel like a superhero when I can turn down Tim Tams and chocolates and go to a party and not be tempted by things.
For sure.
I definitely feel very strong.
No more.
It's the best feeling when you have that urge to give in to something, but you do something else that is the correct thing that you should do. And then after you're full and you're satisfied, you say, "Look at how close I came to giving in, and all I needed was eat the right food, and it was over." I'll be honest, with me going through this pain recently, I have been thinking about just ordering something just to get it so I don't have to worry about cooking. Because cooking when you're in pain sucks. And there's been a couple times I did open up the DoorDash app and try to find something that I thought was healthy. But after you add in all the fees and all the money, you know what stops me is I look at the bill and how much the bill is going to be, and then I think about how many pounds of meat I can buy and how many more meals I can actually get out of it, and that stops you. Stops you every time.
That's awesome. So very true. Yeah, that's a huge victory in itself.
Just don't go wearing your undies on the outside of your clothes, Todd.
Definitely not. You probably blow yourself up with fireworks. I surely might, DC. That one is definitely probably got better.
He
odds.
almost did. He almost did a couple of years ago.
Yeah, I think that's what he's talking about. Yeah, but pretty resilient when it comes to explosives. So we'll have to see. That's a good point. All right, let's see. I'm going to do Tim's back-to-backs here. I have a couple of firsts. Today I was able to walk downstairs forward rather than backwards. That's awesome.
Great job, Tim.
That's awesome.
That's awesome. I was able to do 10-minute sessions standing on the Life Pro without walking sticks or balancing for the first time. That is huge, Tim. In my opinion, that's really huge.
It is. That full 10 minutes, yeah.
Yeah,
Awesome.
I mean, Tim, it wasn't too long ago. I'm trying to think, but it wasn't too long ago, maybe 6 months ago, I was having a hard time making 10 minutes on the Life Pro. Like my legs were cramping up. My knees were cramping up. Like it was a real thing. 10 minutes on the Life Pro is not easy.
You're up there and you're struggling and you're looking down and you see only 3 minutes in. Say, oh my God, how long is this going to take? 10 minutes? I'll never make it.
Yeah, for sure.
That's awesome, Tim. You're going to have to update your picture on your YouTube.
For sure.
Because I can guarantee you that shadow is going to be a lot smaller, bud.
For sure.
It is, yeah.
Shadow of your former self. I saw an article where this 108-year-old lady had a heart attack and died during a parachute jump. I can see Todd on that for sure. For sure. Man, and this makes me want to tell a story. So
I love stories.
This one just made me laugh. It was so bad, but Bill Burr tells this story, and I was laughing so hard. It's one of the funnier tragic things that you saw. And I don't know, this is a little bit dark humor. Gosh, it was funny. So it was like in Vegas where they do the helicopter tours. And this kid, his dad owned a helicopter tour company, and it was a small family outfit. And his son, who's like 19 or 20, just got his helicopter license, and it was his first day out on his own giving helicopter tours. And he gave a helicopter ride to this old man. And in the middle of the ride, he's, doing his thing, saying, "Oh, this is, the Hoover Dam, and this is whatever." And he's pointing this stuff out. And this old guy just opens up the door and jumps out of the helicopter. And it turned out he had terminal cancer, and he was doing it to commit suicide. But the tragically dark, funny part is that the dude lived. So he jumped out of the helicopter and he hit the ground thinking that all of his life troubles were going to be over, and he lived. So that's what made me think about the parachute not opening when I said it, because you'd have to hear Bill Burr say it. But could you imagine? Because it's like, everything was cool about that story. Like he's going out on his own terms, but instead that kid, it was his first flight on his own. And he had something just freak happen to him where a guy jumps out of his helicopter. So it messed up that kid. And then the guy didn't even escape his pain.
Yeah, that sucks.
And he ended up waking up from it. It was like, oh my gosh, what a bad day for him.
He woke up thinking he's in hell.
Yeah. Oh man.
Wow.
It was crazy. So I don't know. You'd have to hear the Bill Burr tell it, but it was crazy. After starting Carnivore, I soon learned everything starts with nutrition, both physically and mentally. 100%. 100%. That would be a good time to talk about my Thursday live stream that I do with Combat Carnivore Chad. And the purpose of that is because we are trying to get people to join, men particularly, but women are absolutely welcome. But I'm not a woman, and neither is Chad, so we don't speak to women's mental health near as well. But we are trying to get more, anybody help that needs it with men's mental health. And so we started a Thursday live stream called Iron Sharpens Iron with the purpose of kind of getting attention to get people into the SBG. And full disclosure, I do not get paid to do the meeting there. I do not get paid to advertise for it. But the reason why I'm doing it is because people have been reaching out to me, and I did Carnivore for weight, but also part of my story was that depression, anxiety went away, right? And oddly enough, 80% of the people that are contacting me about depression, anxiety, PTSD, ADHD, and men's mental health. And that's what most people are wanting help with. So, with that in mind, we started a Saturday Zoom call in SBG. And the reason why I'm doing it there instead of on YouTube or privately is because I'm finding out that everybody needs a community. Because when I try to help any of these people outside of SBG, I can only talk to them for an hour or so a week, and then they go off into the world and they get talked out of Carnivore because their family, their wives, their neighbors, their coworkers, whatever, tell them that eating red meat and everything is crazy. And so they need to be in a community where, where there's a lot of people like us that are doing it every day and actually have done it for months, years, had the blood test, and you can see the real results and the real feedback from people that have done it. So anyhow, it's a good time to let people know that we're doing a live stream on YouTube on Thursdays, and we're doing a live Zoom call where you can answer a question or ask questions and get them answered, and contribute on Saturdays in the Steak and Butter Gang. So that's the plug for that. And Tim, who is just up here, he can testify that the SBG is a very helpful community, and as so can we all here. So
thank you, all of you. I was panicked when sugar was going too low till I found out butter could keep levels safe through sleep. Okay.
Oh wow, that's interesting. Yeah, I've never tried that trick. Have you tried it, Lindy?
No, when I wore the CGM, I had one for 2 weeks just to give it a trial. It kept going below the low levels, if you like, and it was alarming on me all the time. But I didn't feel like my sugars were low. And I did mention it to, I think it was Dr. Hampton. He said, that's fine. If you're not symptomatic at all, I wouldn't worry about it. And I'm not worried about it. Obviously, I'm okay. And I know if I was type 1 diabetic, it's a different story. Obviously, if your levels drop too far, you need to have something to go with it. I'm not sure if it's the same with type 2 diabetes because I've managed, that's reversed now. So I'm okay. But, yeah. That's interesting.
It is interesting.
I didn't know about the butter.
Huh.
Since I've given up the last of the stevia, I feel like I'm invincible to carb and sugar temptation, the freedom. It's the missing link, isn't it?
It is.
Yeah.
We're doing a live stream on Fridays now with Bella, and one of the things that kept coming up was, can I have some sweetener? Can I have this? Can I have that? All these little things. And I really think that everybody should try doing strict BBB&E or even Lion for just like 90 days and then build back up. But you should go down to that super restricted part, because it's crazy how I personally didn't get free from everything until I got rid of all the artificial sweeteners and got rid of even dairy and butter, to be honest with you. Yeah. And then I got free from it. But now I keep watching an SBG on the NSBs, like, Missy. Missy was just finally quit coffee. And she was like, I feel so much better. It was so funny,
Yeah, yeah. And I've let a few things slip in over the last couple of months because you've always got people nagging at you. One's not going to hurt, you've got to live a little and all that. So occasionally I'll just like, okay, I'll have one. And then that starts those cravings up again. And then it takes me a week or two to get rid of those cravings. And I'm just constantly fighting. It's just not worth it. But for those that can, have that drink or have one thing and just moderate that and they're happy with that, doesn't faze them, they reach their goals, go for it. But not everybody can moderate. And,
no.
Be free from it.
For sure.
So,
well, and it's especially hard to moderate on the way down. Like if you just go all the way down to simple, you can add some things back and you might be able to moderate it after you've really been free from it for a little while. But you also will probably find out it's not worth the risk, like if you can.
And I was moderating okay, like before I went to Texas, but since coming back from Texas, I've had a lot going on and I'm not as strong. So you become a little bit more complacent. It's like, I know how to get back on track. I can start, tomorrow I'll be 100%. And then tomorrow becomes the next day, then the next day. And it's just, it does put you back into that spiral. So, stress plays a big part in that as well. So even if you think you're strong, you may not be.
For sure.
I wanted to get a Life Pro vibration plate, but have a pacemaker. Does anyone know of anything I could get?
Probably a rebounder, huh? Or a handheld one.
For rebounding, I don't know. Yeah, we have to be careful. I don't know what you can do with a pacemaker. Probably something you would probably need to talk to your doctor or whoever about. But is a pacemaker, if you're sitting down on a chair and just having your feet, is that a problem? Like maybe that's an option. But again, talk to your doctors about that.
That's right. That's what I told her in the comments to do. From what I researched, it says that if the doctor clears you to do activities that produce force, you can use a vibration plate.
Oh, nice.
Okay. I have an IVC filter in my chest that they had when I had during the operation. They were worried about me getting blood clots one time, and I'm cleared to use it. So
maybe a question for Dr. Abadia. Does he do lives, or I know he comes into the SBG occasionally? If you can catch him on one of his lives, he might be a good one. Or I don't know if he has an email. We could shoot him an email for some guidance. But otherwise, a doctor.
For sure.
Talk to your doctor.
Oh, thanks so much. Yeah, it's been fun and it's growing, and definitely bring your husbands, sons, brothers, anybody that is struggling but doesn't know how to get help. That's what we're trying to do. So
honestly, my husband's been a little bit out of it. He thinks SBG is a real girly kind of environment, and he's too manly to do that. But he joined the last Iron Sharpens Iron meeting, and he loved it. Just there with the guys, hanging out, having a talk about boys' things. I left him alone. I went and cleaned the house. I left him in front of my computer. I feel sorry for Todd and the guys for having to put up with him, but he's on the soapbox too. I think he likes to compete with Todd.
It was even crazier this Saturday. There's a 10-year-old boy in there actually that was that's doing carnivore and talking. So that was pretty amazing. Sharp young man though. So that was even cool. So yeah, I mean it's that everybody's got everybody that's on the standard American diet is going to have some hormone issues, and those usually result in some sort of attention deficit or depression, anxiety, all of these things. So it's pretty cool to see that coming up.
Hello all. Walmart accidentally delivered 3 extra bags of groceries this week. Pop-Tarts, brownies, pastas, and donuts. I begged customer service to come back and get it out of my house. They declined. Could you donate it?
Food pantry. Yeah, send it off to a food pantry.
Yeah.
Or see if you got a neighbor that can use it or something. But you're probably poisoning the neighbors if you give them the Pop-Tarts and the brownies.
For sure.
But it's better than wasting it. Because homeless people, I'm sure you got homeless people around you.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, Tim's talking about that 10-year-old that was in the meeting. Absolutely. Yeah, it was crazy to see JJ, and that was awesome. Very good to talk to him.
I joined SBG after your stream last week. Priming is kicking my butt. I never eat this much. Yeah, well, when you're ready to punch Raymond in the face, you'll know you're ready to move on to the next stage.
Yeah, it's like that first notch on your white belt for sure.
Yeah,
you gotta hate Raymond.
It's hard work. It is, but you'll feel so much better for it if you can just get past that hump.
100%.
I recommend steak and butter gang. The priming protocol gave me much needed healing. Yeah. For healing, it is the way to go. You need to nourish your body, get everything working, your hormones leveled out, get rid of those cravings, and then you can start the protocol. If you go that way, I didn't do the fasting. I struggle to do that because I can't prime enough with my lap band, but it's still a great program. And I've learned a lot from just being in the gang.
Well, it's given me tons of tools because I've crashed my metabolism 3 times now since carnivore. And now that I know what that feels like, and I know what a healthy metabolism feels like after priming, I know how to get back there. I'm currently doing it right now, in fact. So it's a really good tool to have for sure. No, I highly recommend it to anybody. Lion way of eating is healing my skin issues. That's awesome, Tim. I thought you were looking supple. That's awesome. It's looking good, Tim.
Meet up in Melbourne, Florida, October 25th. Melbourne, Florida, not Melbourne, Australia. Is there a Melbourne in Florida, is there?
I don't know. That's what I'm trying to figure out right now. Not that I knew of, but I guess so. October.
Okay. 25th. Awesome.
That's awesome. I would, if I was way closer, I would definitely show up. But I'm definitely far away from Melbourne. But I will see you in Tampa in November of 2025 for Hack Your Health. I would definitely be in that one.
Nice. Well, I hope you get a big turnout.
Oh, there we go. Old guy, carnivore, Dr. Nelson Vasquez, Dr. Kiltz, carnivore teacher attending so far. That's awesome.
Oh, cool. We've met Dr. Nelson and Dr. Kiltz.
For sure.
Yeah, lovely guys.
That's awesome.
Alarm for low blood sugar would be coupled with dizziness and lack of balance, which makes it harder to fix. Okay, yeah.
That makes sense.
I had problematic low blood sugar before type 2 diabetes. Guess my sugar is schizophrenic now that it's trying to heal. Yeah.
That happens to me though too. I always get low blood sugar, not high.
Well, my CGM was flatlined. It's like I would eat meat and not even a little bump. It was really weird. I'm like, am I actually alive? It was a heart monitor that declared me dead. On a CGM, my bloods were always 3.6 and 5.2. Then on a blood monitor, CGM measure was interstitial fluid. Is that right? Yeah. Not blood. And my theory is that lipedema or lymphedema has something to do with it.
That could surely be possible. Yep. That definitely can be possible. That'd be interesting to see if they have any data on that. When priming,
Dr. Leslie Keith.
Yeah, it would be. We definitely got to contact her again. When priming, do you just make your own schedule, or are there certain times a day you need to eat? Yeah, so they got a whole program in SBG, and it's kind of week by week over like a 4-month period, and it shows you what you should be eating, and so it ramps up for priming, and you'll be pretty lethargic, and then it has some tests where you step down, but if those tests are too hard, then that means you have to repeat those first weeks. And so it is a very good program, but it's a lot. I mean, I don't even remember all the calendars. I've been there for like 14 months. So it's a lot to remember. And that's why it's so important to just be in a community that can help you go through it and help you do the best you can through the steps. And that's why we recommend it so much, because it's just very, very handy.
Okay, Melbourne, Florida. So there must be a few Melbournes around.
Yeah, right.
One in
south of Cape
Canada.
South of Cape Canaveral says. So that's interesting. Huh. Never heard of it, but that's awesome. How far am I away from Florida? Well, let me find out. Hold on.
2,467 miles, Todd.
Thank you.
Ah,
Is that what it is?
Yeah.
Yeah, 2,467 miles. I figured it was somewhere around there. I knew it would be somewhere around 22 to 2,500 miles, I figured. And what does it say that would take me to drive that?
Well, the way you drive won't take you that long. Lindy's only 9,700 miles.
All right.
yeah.
Well,
I'll be
Lindy,
there.
You
Put
get
the
a head.
kettle on.
You get a head start, and I'll meet you there.
I'm 1,200.
1,200. All right. I'll make a detour, pick up Michael, and you ride your dolphin across the ocean.
Yeah, sounds good.
Stop off, pick up Keith in New Zealand, and
Yep.
Keith
No,
We'll
that'd be
do
fun.
that one day. Be lovely to meet everybody in one country.
For sure. Next,
Yeah.
well, I mean, Hack Your Health Summit's going to be fun. So we'd love to meet all you guys there. And we're definitely going to be doing an SBG meetup over there, and probably, I would imagine, a Healing Humanity meetup too.
Oh,
Lindy-
that'll work on my arms. Although I prefer backstroke. Yeah, I wouldn't hop in the water though. Those sharks frighten me. Bit of bait for them. Come on down. Yeah.
Hey, there's Charlie and Marilyn. Thanks so much for hopping on, Charlie. Hi, Marilyn. Awesome. He's getting people rallied in the channels. Appreciate it so much.
Thanks, Charlie.
Yeah. And let's see, we should shout out Healing Humanity again there. If you're one or a Hack Your Health, sorry. If there's too many HHs. But Hack Your Health in Florida, November 2025. If you are going, use coupon code Carnivore, all uppercase letters. I got to start putting that in the video description. I keep forgetting. But Carnivore uppercase letters is our coupon code, and that gets you $100 off the tickets. And then it lets them know that we sent you, so they'll invite us back. So, yeah, if you're planning on going, definitely take advantage of that. I think it's going on to the end of this month, so definitely take advantage of that little trick.
Yeah, not sure if I'll make it this year, but we'll give it a go. Or next year. Yeah.
For sure.
See how we go.
We got a lot of time. So that's awesome. Let's see.
Okay, Charlie, if we have to just kidding. Thanks for the reminder. Oh, if we have to, click the thumbs up. Yeah.
That's awesome.
Thank you so much. It all helps, doesn't it?
Tampa's in my backyard. Definitely see
you there. United
Awesome.
Carnivore.
That'd be fun. Well, we'll definitely do a meetup too. So we're gonna pick one of those Brazilian meat joints to have a dinner with everybody. So that'll be fun.
So another one you can get kicked out of?
Exactly. They're gonna see what's coming.
Hi, Joy. I am fighting several serious health issues and trying to make the transition from a keto to carnivore. Did you start by tracking macros and calories? Do you want to go first?
Several serious health issues trying to make. I did not. So at first the question is what? Well, I mean, do you have some eating disorders? Like, do you have sugar addictions or caffeine addictions or carb addictions, or probably all of the above? If you're like most all of us, if that's the case, you shouldn't track anything. You should just be eating carnivore foods, like just be going after fatty meats. And at first, if you need, dairy or whatever, eggs, dairy, whatever just keeps you carnivore, whatever your favorite meats are, you should just be hitting those pretty hard to get through the cravings. And then once you beat the cravings and you're no longer, white knuckling, not eating soda or, whatever your niche is or there, then you can start refining it and kind of building it for your purpose, but definitely at first I would say no macro counting. What do you think, Lindy?
Yeah, I feel it gave me a lot more stress. I actually signed up for coaching and was harassing my coaches, like, tell me how much fat, how much protein. I need to know in grams exactly what I need to eat so I can follow it. And they're like, no, trust the process, just eat. And it wasn't until actually, just let that go and just started eating and got rid of that stress of worrying that things actually started to move. So it was too hard for me to do the tracking. And I think tracking is important when you get closer to your goal, when you've got that last, 5, 10, whatever pounds to lose,
Stubborn
then you
weight
can, then you can worry about the tracking and really fine tuning things then. But if you're just wanting to heal and sort all those issues, I think priming is where you need to be. If you put a little bit of weight on, you just disregard that because it's going to come off quickly once you get into the program. But it's a healing journey for you right now, is what I'm hearing.
For sure. Yeah. And I'm seeing that again here where she said, I'm worried about gaining weight, but also I do the right thing to heal. Yeah. You just can't be worried about gaining weight. Like I get it. even I know all the right answers and I just gained almost 40 pounds of fluid repriming. And I still had to tell myself, why do you know this doesn't matter? You know this is going to come off quick, but it does mess with your head because you get used to feeling a lighter,
Certainly.
right? And then you
Yep.
put on a certain amount of fluid and a certain amount of just retention food that's in your system when you're priming and you're eating a lot. It messes with your head. But the fact of the matter is the only way to your goal is through it, and you have to heal first. And a healthy body is not a lighter body. It's just not. You're not wanting to lose weight. You're wanting to lose fat and you want to be leaner. And that's all good. But the fact of the matter is, in order to be lean, you have to build muscle first. You have to build bone density first. You have to heal your mitochondria and your metabolism. And you have to heal your immune system. All these things have to be healed and feel safe before your body runs efficiently. And then it'll start burning up that fat. And so, weight is kind of arbitrary, right? You don't just want to lose weight. Like you don't want to lose muscle. You don't want to lose bone density. You don't want to lose lean tissue mass. You want to lose fat and bad fluid retention, especially inflammation fluid is what you want to lose. And so you got to do it right. And you got to be okay with actually not looking at the scale for a long time and just thinking about how you feel, and that is a trick for sure.
And there might still be a little bit of a detox for you coming from keto, so you may feel worse before you start to feel better.
For sure.
So, yeah.
No, I was born in Miles City, Montana. I live just outside of Bozeman, Montana right now. But I've definitely been to Whitefish and Kalispell. So that's awesome.
Tara, absolutely recommend. Well, I don't know what Terragacha is.
I think it's a restaurant in Florida.
Oh, okay, right.
All right, I'm going to hold on, leave that on there. I'm going to screenshot this because we were just talking about we did Fogo de Chao. And by the way, Terragacha, you want to sponsor us? Now's your chance because I'm about to talk some smack about Fogo.
They sponsor you if you were vegans.
I'm going to take a picture of this. And that way we can look it up because we were just talking about doing something better than Fogo because Fogo is all right, but we're going to see if there's a better one out there.
Okay, says hungry.
Don't read.
Feed me. We could do a lot with this. Can you screen capture this and we can put some words over this and do a little meme?
Give me ideas, Lindy.
Oh, poor thing. Oh, let's move on to the next one. Oh, actually, has he screen printed this? I better wait.
Yeah, we're good.
He did. He did.
Sorry, Koza. She does this to me because she knows she'll get more food out of me.
You normally have a plate of something on your desk. You don't have anything today.
I already fed her twice. I didn't think that she would have a problem, and I'm fasting today, so.
Oh, yeah, fair enough.
I already fed her twice, and she's just an opportunity. She's a hobbit.
Just show her. Pull up one of the pictures that you have on your phone of a steak or something like that, and show it to her.
You've thrown it.
What I need to show her is a picture of a smoked poodle and a smoker. And tell her, this is what you got coming if you keep barking at during my live streams.
Just threaten to adopt 2 basset hounds.
I should. Trade her in on 2 short-legged bassets. That dog, she just does it. She's like, remember in Lord of the Rings when they're like, yeah, but what about second breakfast? That's what she's like.
She wants a third. Yeah.
Yeah. She is. She's ridiculous. All right. Our last
meetup is there. Okay.
Nice. I will definitely look into it.
I need to find some restaurants here in Melbourne. I've no idea where to go here. We don't have Brazilian barbecue.
And I agree with Cranky here. Throw away the scale, put her to the side, and tape measure.
Yeah, tailor measure. I have a couple of those somewhere.
Hey, Mama's got a good thing. Hey, but maybe instead of the raccoons, it could be the basset hounds are out there, and she's warning you.
Yeah. Maybe. I wish if there was food out there, she wouldn't. If there was food out there, she wouldn't warn me about nothing. She would split it with the basset hounds. My order would be gone. But yeah, no joke. All right. I'll pull up this one.
After binge watching my 600-pound life, I tried Dr. Now's 1,200 calorie diet for 3 days. Pretty sure I broke something metabolically. Yeah.
For sure. Look, if these calorie restrictive diets worked, I mean, yes, if you starve yourself and you stop putting molecules of food in your body and your body burns off molecules, you'll eventually get smaller. Is it the weight that you want to lose? Also, is it out of health? Right? Is it because you're thriving? None of these things are right. It's ridiculous. It's just that, if you starve something long enough, but how long can you starve? Is that sustainable? Can people starve?
Yeah. This is why I love Carnivore, because you just eat when you're hungry and you stop when you're full. And you don't eat again until you're hungry again. And you've got that off switch that I never had before. This would be torture for me. I'd be clock watching. When's my next meal? Having 3 meals a day. How many calories have I got left? And, all the macros that you have to measure out. That would do my head in. It's just, and then you've got all that stress of trying to do it right. And then they're going to tell you, oh, you're doing it wrong because you're not losing weight. And it's probably because you've tanked your metabolism, the stress and cortisol's way up, so you're not going to lose weight. And then you feel like a nutter. Like I'd go schizophrenic, just
sure.
It's awful. Torture.
It is. It's ridiculous. It's absolutely ridiculous. That's why there's another diet fad out there that is high volume, low calorie food, which is so silly to me. I mean, yes, I think if you were going to go on a diet that was calorie restrictive, I think that's your only option, is to go high volume, low calorie. And even then, I wonder where these guys are going to be. Yes, they get lean, but where are they going to be when their body's made out of these building blocks of hyper processed, low calorie nonsense, just because they can get these weird macros in? I wait to see where that's going to lead, in the future, because there's several people out there that are doing that now. And, I get it. If they can do it, more power to them. But all that they're doing is they still have their problems, their insulin resistance and stuff, but they're using their stretch markers on their stomach to shut their hunger signals off. And that's why they're using high volume food, because they all have to get really stuffed. So they just make funny stuff, protein ice creams out of a bunch of ice, and they'll eat like literally 60 ounces of it to get that full filling. but it's just kind of empty and it's full of artificial sweeteners and stuff. So it's just like a chemical concoction of hyper processed protein powders and stevias and cacao with a bunch of ice that's blended up and all. They do all these things, and they do like egg whites as fillers, and they flavor them with like fake cheeses and salts and seed oils and stuff. And it's just like, okay, you're tricking your body into feeling like it's getting a bunch of food because you're hitting your stretch markers on your stomach, which is shutting off your hunger signals, and you're keeping in a deficit of calories. But what's going to happen when this is what your body's fully made out of in the next 15 years? I mean, I think you're going to get metabolic diseases. You're going to get, you're going to get all sorts of problems, I would imagine, because your building blocks are trash, and I don't know. It'll be interesting to see what happens. Yeah, exactly. Being strong, this is what I don't get. And I mean, Tim hit on it earlier, and I've used this analogy quite a bit, and Chad used it the other week. But I come from a construction background, and I never see anybody, only in the human body do people advocate for having poor building blocks, like putting poor nutrition in your body. They go, less is more, and let's have rice, these flimsy rice cakes and lettuce and all this stuff, and it's supposed to build this great body. Meanwhile, you can hold the steak and the density and the protein and the collagen and the fat and the real heavy, dense nutrition that's in those, and it goes to your muscles. It's everything that we're already built out of. And it's all in the pursuit of being lighter. And it's like, since when is being lighter necessarily healthy? We want to be lean. We want good, lean, healthy weight. We want to be strong. We want to have strong bones and strong ligaments. That doesn't equate to just being light, It's kind of crazy.
And I think we do need to think this is more of a lifestyle. This is not a diet. We don't reach our goal and then go back to how we were eating before, because we're just going to experience the same issues, get sick again and fat. So, yeah, definitely think lifestyle. This is what I need to do. And if you have that little treat or whatever, get back straight on the wagon. Like, just keep it strict for life.
For sure. Does Todd look even redder? Probably. I was yelling at the top of my lung at Cosette. Probably a little flushed right now. And it's warm in here. I had everything. I turned down all the ACs, and I was even wearing a coat for a few days. It got down to like 31 degrees the other night, There was ice on the lawn, And now it's warm. So I'm probably redder for sure.
I go to a Brazilian steakhouse that is around $20 a person in Sandy Springs, Georgia.
That sounds really good. Yeah,
I wish we had them here in Melbourne. Hint, hint to anybody.
Open one up. That would go pretty good. Yeah, I heard you. You want to be on camera? Come here.
Yay.
Come here. Can you get up? Hi.
Oh, there she is.
Come here.
Hey, Cosette.
I have you. It's okay. Come here. Oh, yeah. Over there. Why are you barking so much? Old girl? Where's your nummies? You want second breakfast? Huh? What are you doing? Yeah. Did Grandma get you food? Where's the nummies? Yeah. No more barking. Yeah, are you barking?
Michael, we need to buy dogs. We need to get a dog each.
I miss my girls.
Yeah.
No more barking.
Dogs are the best.
Good girl. Go lay down. Yeah, go lay down.
She didn't get her nummies, though. Where's her nummies?
I know. He's like, this is bullshit. Go. She's looking around. She's like, are you sure you don't have anything in here? There's nothing in here. Go on. Yeah, she's being a turd. $20. I mean, man, if they had our group on a $20,
put them out of business.
Yeah, they would be hurting.
That's cheap for a Brazilian steakhouse, no?
That's real cheap. Yeah. I think Fogo's like $60. Yeah. Or at least it was. Howdy, howdy.
Hope they're not getting
Hi.
their meat from Springfield, Ohio.
Yeah, no
Is
joke.
that The Simpsons? Is that where that is? Oh no. Okay. Sorry, I'm out
It's
of it. I'm an Aussie, remember?
uh,
I don't get your jokes.
we got a lot of issues here in the United States.
That's a fact.
Okay.
Porto, Brazil. Well, we're going to have to look them up for sure.
Always.
They're-
I may
they're-
look sweet and innocent, but far from it.
They're catching on, Lindy.
I know, right? Do you feel as if your hunger signals are healthy at this point? I still have problems eating enough and can easily fast, which isn't optimal for me. Carnivore, 1.5 years. I've problems eating enough.
Yeah, I think that's a bar you just have to force to raise. Like you have to prime or else it's not going to go up. It's kind of weird. It's like a benchmark that you don't know you can hit until you hit it. And I'm right there with you because we are so used to our hunger signals being influenced by hyperpalatable foods that we don't know how to do it ourselves, kind of out of necessity. And so you kind of got to push them. And that's why it comes with lethargy and hating ramen and being miserable for a short period of time until your appetite opens up, because you have to force your metabolism and to kind of heal, and that's not just, this isn't just like an SBG thing. I keep forgetting to look this up. I got to look it up again, but I bring it up so many times, but Thomas Doran has a video that says something like my top 10 or 5 expert advice on losing weight. And he brought in like the first or second expert on there talks about he's like a professional trainer for the UFC and he trains big ticket fighters. And he was talking about to get them to lose weight. He said, especially if they have, DC, you'll have to remind me of what my body type is, metamorphosis or something. Metamorph, I don't know. It always reminds me of Mighty Morphin Power Rangers or whatever. But whatever this body type is, he said it's hard to lose weight. And so he, mesomorph, I think is what it's called. But anyhow, he was saying that sometimes he'll get fighters in and he'll put them on like a 2,000 calorie a day diet or even less and work them out for 14 hours and then they won't lose weight. And he said, but if he takes them and he actually puts them on a high protein, high fat diet and works them up to like 3,500 or 4,000 calories for a bit of time, their metabolism will get raised. And then he can drop them down to just like 2,500 or 2,700 calories, more calories than before. And they will actually cut weight and get down to fighting weight. And so it's a real thing, right? It's about showing your body that there's plenty to work with, that healing your metabolism and showing it that you're in a safe, plentiful environment and that you can run at a high rate of metabolism without having to worry about, conserving. It's quite interesting.
And when I'm eating carbs, I just don't have enough switch. I just keep wondering where my next meal is. When I go carnivore, it's like I've got that off switch and I'm satiated with what I eat. So I find I undereat a lot. If I just listen to my body all the time, it will get to the point where I'm hardly eating anything and then I tank my metabolism. So then I have to do a little mini prime and that's just grazing all day for me and just getting that meat in to get that metabolism happening again so the weight loss can start. But I just find I get so satiated with meat and eggs, but yeah, I'm just not hungry. So I have to be on the ball all the time and I have to keep changing things up. It's not one meal a day for the rest of my life. I have to just go with how my body is and I've got the tools now to be able to adjust.
For sure.
But I do never going to get rid of my off switch. I love that too much. No carbs for me. I put a link in the chat as well. Is that the video you're after? The 7 fat lost scientists, Carnivore.
Ooh, I think it is.
Convinced me that, yeah.
Yeah, I think it is. Yep, I think that is. It was like the first or second guy. I think that is it.
Hmm.
Because that was on Thomas's channel.
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yep, I believe that is the one. Thank you so much. I keep repeating that since I
It's
watched.
on your WhatsApp. I actually sent it to you the other day when you mentioned it as well.
Oh, thank you.
Yep. So I'll pop it in there again for you, just so it's nice and fresh.
Thank you. Calories don't account for normal effect of hormonal effect of food calories, and calories out doesn't work 100%. I mean, it's obvious, right? You can't, the type of calories. Oh, I got to say, so Dr. Chafee is having a premiere tonight with Gary Taubes, or however you say that. But anyhow, so that'll be a really good one. But he was the first one that I heard talking about, these, type of things, how the big food companies need us to believe that there's no difference in calories. Him and Dr. Robert Lustig. That's why they want us to believe the calories in, calorie out thermodynamic hypothesis, because then they can shift the blame. As soon as we acknowledge that the type of calories matter, that calories from Cheerios and Fruit Loops and Pop Tarts and breads and hyper processed foods and Coca-Colas and all these drinks and all this crap, I mean, that's incredible, right? And so, and I mean, just like it's this is going to be going around because it was at that Senate meeting or whatever hearing the other day that Jordan Peterson, Michaela Peterson, and all the health experts were at. But I love what this one guy said. He goes, as soon as your grocery store has a health food section, what does that make the rest of the store?
Good point. Yeah.
Makes it the unhealth food section. So it's pretty funny, right? It's pretty funny, the games that we play, but that's why they don't want us to acknowledge that the source of the calories matter the most. Because as soon as we acknowledge that it changes our buying habits, and it also puts liability back on the people that are putting poison in the stores. And so they can't have that. They need it to be our fault, which means they have to standardize all calories. And that's where that crap came from. The fitness industry keeps you sick and kills as many as the medical system. Yeah, I believe it. I do believe
it. It ruins you first, then it puts you in the medical system.
Yeah. All right.
I used to wash and eat about a pound of green beans, so I'd be full enough to pass up dessert. I know.
Right, and the exact reason that you're doing that, this is the stuff that they don't tell us, that they should tell us. This is stuff that'll get us free. This the exact reason why you're doing that is because you lost leptin sensitivity, because hyperpalatable foods are built to block leptin sensitivity. Insulin resistance blocks leptin sensitivity, and leptin sensitivity is your satiation hormone. So if you don't have an off switch that Lindy talks about, you have to hit your secondary off switch, and your secondary off switch are the stretch markers in your stomach so that you don't actually tear open your stomach by eating too much. Like if you didn't have some kind of off switch that would make you feel nauseous from overeating, we would just eat until our stomach's perforated, So we have stretch mark sensors. That's a secondary off switch to our brain that tells us to shut it down, and that it's basically mimics a satiation hormone. So the reason why you had to eat so many green beans was to hit the secondary off switch. And that's what's so silly about it, where if we eat if we eat the correct amount of calories, and we don't pretend, just like they're saying about the hormones, if we actually balance our hormones and our brain chemistry so we can receive and send the correct signals, and we have a proper functioning gut microbiome, then you have a satiation hormone, and you don't have to stretch out your stomach. Your body will just tell you when you're full. I mean, it's pretty incredible, which I think is also why we are so used to not feeling that satiation hormone, leptin, that so many carnivores undereat, is because when you do feel it, it gives you, we've been used to stopping eating out of just straight willpower and grit when our brain was still telling us to eat, and we're eating these addictive drugs. When we finally get the little bit of help from leptin, man, we shut it down right away. We're like, this is easy. This is super easy. And we end up under eating, which is exactly why I had to prime, because as soon as I had leptin control, I'm like, this is great. I'm just not going to eat for a year, right? So for 9 months, I did OMADs and under ate, lost some weight at first, but then it tanked my metabolism because I wasn't getting nutrients. So I had to do the priming. The priming brought my metabolism up to here and then healed everything, gave my body all the building blocks it needed, healed everything. And then the weight came off much better, but composition changes happened. My skeletal structure actually squared up. It was crazy. I got taller. My eyebrows grew back. My, eyesight got better. Hair started growing back. It's crazy. All the things that healed up. My lymphedema got better. So it's the things that we have to experience, and you can't do it. You can't do it until you know, you should try eating the proper food and seeing what your body will do with the correct building blocks. And that's what priming is really about, is to give it like this unending source of nutrients and kind of push your body to see that it has it and watch it go heal itself. I mean, it's pretty crazy.
Todd needs to get a stash of chomps for Cosette.
She's such a pig, though. She eats so much. How she can eat 2 to 3 pounds of meat a day and be 59 pounds, I have no clue. It's crazy. I don't know where she puts it.
She'd probably be led to open the drawer and just eat them all in one hit too.
Oh, yeah.
She would. Back before Carnivore, when I got divorced, I tried to leave her at home. I tried to leave her at home while I was at work for about 2 weeks, and then I just had to give in and start taking her to work with me because it was too much carnage. But the very first day that I left her at home alone, she got up on the counter. She ate the dish of butter, right? So I had a butter dish. She ate a whole stick of butter off the counter. And then she got up on the stove, got into my wife's baking cabinet, and got 1 pound of baking caramels out of the cabinet. And they're all individual wrapped, those Kraft baking caramels in those cubes. She unwrapped 100 baking caramels one at a time. You know how hard it is to get that little clear plastic wrap off a stick of baking caramel? She unwrapped 100 of them and ate 100 caramels after eating a stick of butter. And then she's a good dog. She didn't go to the bathroom in the house, but she sat at the front door, clenched up like nothing you've ever seen all day until I got home, and she about knocked me off the deck, making a beeline for the front yard to go out there and make, candy corn streaks across the front lawn. She ate 100 baking caramels. And that was just day one, right? I had to take her to the groomer because she had blown out so much caramel that it stuck to her hair. And there's nothing you could do. You couldn't wash it off. I had to go get her shaved down to nothing because she ate so much sugar. From that day on, she was a crackhead for caramels. I'd never seen anything get so addicted. Mm-hmm. She smelled sugar, and that just led to a million others.
Mama crackers too for 2.
What'd she say?
It's on the screen.
Oh, there you go. That is exactly. She's been priming for like 2 years now, though. She's always in priming mode. She's never seen a fast. Cosette's never seen a fast, that's for certain. She likes the feasting mode. She doesn't care for the fasting mode too much.
She's got a lot of healing to do. She's doing so well. And almost 19 years old. That's pretty awesome.
Sure. That's why she gets to eat what she wants, but carnivore, as much carnivore food as she wants. Yeah. Oh, I already did this one. Yeah, for sure. She would eat me out of house and home on chomps.
Shabu Shabu Beef Restaurant in Sendai, Japan. $15, all you can eat beef for 5 hours.
Good Lord. Man,
I would go there and take a nap. You bring a pillow with them.
I would. I could do a 2-mat in there. Wow.
Nice.
Wow. He says that's US $10. Wow. Man.
So when are we going to Japan, everyone?
No kidding. I don't know what a plane ticket costs, but I think I could actually make it pencil out.
You'll make it back. Yeah. Yeah, you'll make it back. Yeah.
Yeah, I think I
Well,
just got to eat like 5 meals there, and I think we can make a pencil out.
well, Ella's going over in October, so we could always join Ella.
There we go.
Mm.
I would love to go to that place. And I hear that Japan has awesome meat too. Like their meat quality
Yeah.
is really good.
There is also Texas de Brazil and Rod Izio Grill, which are also Brazilian steakhouses. Okay.
Oh, nice. We'll definitely be looking at all of them because we're going to need a good one.
Do you have Brazilian steakhouses in Brisbane, like in Queensland, DC? We don't have any. I've looked them up here in Melbourne, but can't find any.
For sure. Yeah, the short answer is just eating like it's your job. Past a little bit past comfortable, basically call it comfortably Thanksgiving stuff, but eating carnivore food on a schedule. Thanksgiving stuff until your appetite opens up. And then you can kind of start listening to that, but you'll find, and this depends on if you're way under eating. For a lot of people, like I was way under eating, a lot of people are way under eating. And weren't you the one that was only eating 8 ounces of beef a day? I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah, and if that's the case, you're definitely under eating. And so, basically you would end up eating 3 meals a day at first.
No, that was Peachy, I think.
Was it Peachy?
Yeah.
Peachy, okay. But yeah, it's basically a program where you get up in the morning with a plan. I mean, it is your job for that day for a certain amount of time.
It's not easy.
No, I'm not even joking. The first 5.5 weeks of priming that I did was tougher than the first 5.5 weeks of carnivore that I did. It was harder to prime because you're tired, but it's a good thing because your body's healing. It wants the nutrients. Then you go lay down, and then I would wake up and something had healed. My lymphedema was better. The inflammation in my body was gone. Like it's just a way of putting nutrients in your body. You're like it's medicine, like you're force feeding yourself medicine, letting yourself heal. And it's just a time of healing for your body where you don't. It's not about restriction. It's about giving your body nutrient dense foods in excess, and giving your body a time to heal, and then going from there. Works very well. There we go. Japan is now a life goal. Me too. Next to us. I'll see you there, John. Let's see.
Add it to our bucket list. My bucket list of travel is getting longer and longer by the day.
You need to win the lottery.
No. So this is not correct. So yes, you open up your hunger and you'll start eating. But once your body is satiated, just like everything else, like it took me 6.5 months. I ate 7 pounds of meat for 6.5 months. When I was
How many eggs?
Oh, I was eating tons of eggs. I was eating 36 eggs a day, And now I go, I just did 12 7-day fasts this year, and they're easy, right? And it's because I'm nourished. It wasn't at first, and that's one of the things. Can you do a fast? Are you white knuckling? They don't do any white knuckling fasting. That's why they want you to open up your appetite so that your body will open up, ramp up your metabolism, and heal. And so, and also eating 7 pounds of meat for 6.5 months, I gained 21 pounds, lost 3 shirt sizes. And then when I did my first 5-day fast, I lost like 19 of the 21 pounds in 5 days. So it's not even real. It's just the food that you're putting in your body, and it's just some fluid, right? So it's your body healing, being more metabolically fit and healthy. And then when your body finally says, okay, we finally filled in this deficit, we healed a bunch of things, you'll know. And then all of a sudden fasting will become easy. You don't eat like that for forever, but you eat like that to bring up your metabolism. And then, as for me, I've fasted enough twice now after the first priming that I've dropped my own metabolism by over fasting. So like right now, I'm at the 4th week of a reprime. I had to do it to bring my metabolism back up because, like I said, I did 12 7-day fasts this year, and my metabolism took a hit. Now I got my metabolism back up, And I mean, once you feel it, you can't mistake what what a high functioning metabolism feels like. And now my metabolism's back up, and I just started another 7-day fast. So that not at all. It's not at all to be white knuckling or hungry during a fast. It's till you get satiated, till your body catches up on its healing goals.
Yeah, and priming's not a permanent thing. It's just a tool that you can use when things stop. So if you experience a stall or if you've got healing to do, then priming is a tool. And it's usually 2 weeks, a 2-week prime, but other people like Bella and Todd, they need 6 months to get that, that freedom. So it's different for everybody.
For sure. Yeah, mesomorph. Thank you. Thank you. I knew it was some. I thought I was either basically had fat guy genes or I was going to be Optimus Prime. One of the two. I knew it was something like that.
There is a reason the saying starving to death is recognizable. Eat for health, starve to death should be simple. We've been lied to.
100%.
Yeah.
100%. I mean, we don't do that to our animals. We don't do that to anything else that we build. We don't even do it to our gardens and stuff. You put good nutrients in and you get out of it
rewarded.
It's like, it's crazy. We only do that to us. We're like, oh no, what we need to do is starve everybody. Less stuff, just eat less. It's like they're only saying that because they know what they're feeding us is poison. And yeah, if you're eating toxic poison, yeah, eat less of it. You'll probably be healthier. But if you could not eat any of the toxic poison and you could actually eat the nutrients that they've demonized and not eat any of that, you don't need to eat less nutrients. You can eat all the nutrients you want and your body will self-regulate once it's healthy and healed.
Well, I'm eating less on carnivore because I'm not hungry. I could eat all the crap in the world. I just keep wanting it. So I am eating less, theoretically.
For sure.
Lindy, my friend, just had a lap band out. Only one in hospital. I was 1 day in hospital. Minimal pain after 3 days post-op. She feels great. No lifting stuff for 6 weeks. I can't wait for my turn. Oh, yeah, 1 night. Okay. Oh, look, yeah, keep in touch. I'd love to hear how you go. I still haven't done anything about it, but it is on my mind because I'm struggling with it for sure. I need to get it out. I was up all night. I managed to eat a little bit of steak last night and it literally got stuck. And then all night I'm lying down and it was just, I struggled. I didn't get much sleep at all last night because I just felt so full. So I just can't have steak at night anymore. Not that, I got to stick with my eggs, I think, if I have anything at night. But you had a bad night.
For sure.
Hey, y'all, I'm headed home Wednesday. I'm in NC.
North Carolina.
Okay. I'll have to remind, I'm back on track so far, doing well while traveling. Great job, B-Dog.
Nice. How's North Carolina looking, B-Dog?
I can't tell you most of my non-scale victories in this chat due to the limited character threshold. I have so many directly related to priming, not restricting. Oh,
that's a fact, Tim. We love watching it too.
Yeah, doing amazing.
100%.
You can always leave a comment after the show. You got more space there. Yep.
I still not have leptin response yet. Really looking forward to getting leptin response. Yeah.
100%.
Hang in there. It'll happen. I never thought I'd have it. I didn't even know there was a thing as an off switch until it came, and I was like, "Oh my gosh!"
Yeah, and
I'm not getting rid of this.
Just takes more healing. Everybody's in their own spot, but absolutely, Tim's had so many awesome NSVs. It's incredible.
Carnivore told me that if you're starving yourself, you have already failed.
For sure. Well, and honestly, if it was working, why is 74% of the Earth's population overweight or obese? This is not the answer. This is not how we find health. It's not working. This has been a 100-year experiment that has gone terribly, terribly wrong. You cannot starve yourself out of a poisonous diet and think that you're going to be healthy. This is the most nonsensical horse crap that's been shoved down all of our throats, and we've been lied to. And now they're trying to shame us if we preach the truth. They're trying to tell us that look at all the stuff that's healing us all and how much they demonize it. Oh, it's bad for the environment. It's cruel to animals. All these terrible things that they put out there when it's literally the life-saving nutrition that we were designed and have always our species has always eaten, and they're trying to take it from us. And you have to wonder why that is. It's not for non-nefarious reasons by any means. So we have to wake up and know that this isn't bad science. This isn't just even greed. It's war. We're under attack. They're lying to us, and we have to understand that this system that's pushing against us is our enemy. We have to fight it.
Calories is the calculation of heat energy. As far as I know, the human body doesn't have a great receptor. All we would have is to sit in the sun to feed ourselves.
Right. And Charlie will tell you, he's like, well, if calories all that matters, then hot water has more calories in it than cold water. So I have to do is boil the water and then eat it, and you're getting nutrition.
Exactly.
Silliness. Yeah, no joke. You wouldn't believe some of the stuff she's eating. One time when she was like, she was probably only 2 years old, 2, maybe 3. I just got home from work. I put hot dogs on the grill. We were grilling hot dogs. I made up 3 hot dogs, put it in the buns, put my fixings on it, and then I just sat down on the couch and I sat my plate over on the arm of the couch. And I'm sitting there, and I was playing a video game or something at the time. I see something moving out of the corner of my eye. Cosette has wiggled on the ground on her back, right up along the arm of the couch. And she stuck her little black nose up sideways, and she grabbed the hot dog in the bun, and she was pulling the hot dog out of the bun sideways. She was sliding the hot dog out of the bun, so all I saw was a little black nose pulling the end of my hot dog right out of my bun. And she left me with just a bun with mustard on it. And she pulled my dang hot dog right out of that, was eating my hot dog. She knew to be a hot dog stealing ninja by instinct when she was like 2. I could not believe it. Made me so mad. But I mean, it was so funny. How can you be mad? It's like that was slick. That was super.
My Cavalier ate my mum's shoes. She'd always go into the wardrobe and have one shoe, and the other one was out in the garden somewhere.
Too funny. Oh my gosh.
The Royal Prey model diet for dogs says it should have 2 to 3% of their weight in food, depending on her activity.
Oh, good Lord. She has. What is she having? So 10% would be 5 pounds. So 2% would. Yeah, she eats probably 5%. She eats probably 5%. So yeah, she's getting a little bit too fat, and she's not active. Her only hobby, she plays with the cat, chews with her Binky toys, and barks at the neighbors, and yells at the cat, and scratches and paws grandma for more food. And she probably eats 5% or so of her body weight. So yeah,
she's hard work though, chasing food then.
It's hard work figuring out how to be a beggar all day. That's interesting though. Because that should have 1.5 to 1.75 pounds of meat. Well, then she's not overeating quite too much. She's usually eating 2 to 3 pounds. She doesn't eat any less than 2.
She needs to go get a job.
No joke. Her meat is $7 a pound. That turkey. Oh. She needs to get a job. She better put that brain to work.
I lived at the same house for 20 years. 3 months after I moved, they built a Brazilian steakhouse around the corner. Oh.
Man. Time to renew that lease.
I've been spending time in the sun the last 2 days. I already feel a difference. Oh, I'm going to have to come and sit on your porch with you, Tim, because it is still terrible here. Cloudy. I miss the sun.
Yeah, for sure. We got it got cold here. Then it warmed way back up, and then we got on fire again. So we had sun for when it got cold and rainy, put out all the fires, and then we caught on fire again like 2 days ago. So now we're full of smoke again, and it's hot. I'm like, dang it! I cannot believe we keep burning. So crazy.
Fires in Wyoming are pretty bad too up there.
Yeah,
South of Montana. Yeah.
yeah, real bad. I think it was at 50,000 acres or something last I saw it.
I am anemic because of a GI bleed from damage created by radiation treatments. My GI doctor told me that there is no diet that could help me heal. That is so perplexing to me. Yeah. I'm not going to say anything nasty about doctors. But they're not my friends at the moment.
Pick me.
Go, Todd.
Yeah, I don't know. Just like I said the other day to a gal in SBG, I think the doctors are the ones missing a chromosome. I don't think, Carrie Mann had a heart murmur that was supposed to be hereditary heal. I had congestive heart failure heal, depression, anxiety. Lymphedema is like 99% healed. I don't think they have a damn clue what can actually heal. I would say, I don't think we can count on anything as a given, but I don't think we can write anything off either. We see so much healing on Carnivore; it's ridiculous. Our bodies are the best healers. We just have to give it the tools and the building blocks it needs, and keep it from being inflamed, and stop poisoning it, and let it go to work. And our bodies are already built with the best healer, way better than any of these freaking doctors you can get a hold of.
But we may not be able to cure things, but we may make our symptoms a lot better than what they would be if we're doing a carb diet or SAD diet or whatever. So, yeah.
For sure.
Yeah, getting stuck. Yeah. Thank you. It's not nice. 27 years of that now I've had, so enough is enough.
Yeah, for sure. I'm 2 hours away from the floods. I got you. I got you. Well, I'm glad you're safe. That's good. Let's see here.
Yeah. Or feel free to come over. There's plenty of space here. It's nice and cool. I've actually had my little heater on down here because I was cold. So, yeah, plenty of cold weather here for you.
Yeah. It got chilly for 2 days and just enough to make me buy a couple of jackets because I was cold. And then it got hotter and snot here again. So,
yeah, when the doctors say there isn't anything they can do, believe them, they're eat meat. Yeah.
100%. Yep. True words and wise words.
Doctors are great for broken bones and healing up anything you're bleeding to death or something, but anything else, I think do your research. I mean, I'm not saying don't listen to your doctors, but I think you need to have questions ready for them and do your research.
100%. I mean, Todd, what's been on the pellet grills lately after Todd's big flame up? So I've just been finishing off. So I finished off, I did an 18-pound New York strip roast. And so I have about 2 pounds of that, but that's going to Cozad because I just started a 7-day fast today. But yeah, nothing. I'm giving that thing a rest until for a week. It's getting a week off, and I'm going to clean it good this week and get some of the nonsense out of there. And then I think next week I'm probably going to do a prime rib roast. I'm ready to do another prime rib roast. I think I'm feeling it. If I don't do that, I might give pork butt another shot with some picanha roast. One of the two.
It's payday for us tomorrow, so we'll be going out to get some meat, and I'll probably just get like a Scotch roast or something, pop that in there. And we did a lamb roast last week, which was nice, but it's all gone now.
Yeah.
So time to go shopping again.
Time for a new one. Tucson was 45.6 degrees today, 105 Fahrenheit. Wow. Yeah, I'd move. John. I just wouldn't put up with that. If the thermometers says
It's dry
100,
heat. Dry heat.
45 degrees. I don't even know what that feels like. We don't get that hot here. That's amazing. Wow. I think maybe in the central Australia we'd get temperatures like that. But that's desert there.
right?
Mm.
Yeah.
Does it hypnotize you to start your fast after she saw the groceries?
Yeah, no joke.
Mhm.
Probably she would if she could. She'd figure out. She'd be like, "I'll take care of these. You relax. You look like
She's been
portly."
she's been awful quiet. She must be in the fridge.
She is. I'm sure that she went out and bugged Grandma, and Grandma probably gave her
And
something.
I'm just gonna get it myself. Yeah.
Yeah, either that or she's right now has her head. I'm not even kidding. One of the funniest times was there's a gal that comes over sometimes that helps Mom, and she was shopping for Mom, and Mom got a bunch of sliced turkey, and so she was bringing in groceries, and she put it in the fridge, and Cosette smelled the turkey in the bag, and then watched her put it in the fridge. So then when she went out to get another load of bags, Cosette opened up the fridge, took out the sliced deli meat turkey out of the fridge, sat it on the floor. She unzipped the little Ziploc bag. It's got one of those little zipper things on it. She unzipped it and was taking one piece at a time, was sitting in the middle of the kitchen floor, just eating one piece at a time of turkey meat. And it was just the funniest thing because when we walked in there, we looked at her and she looked up at us while we're eating. Like it never dawned on her that she might be in trouble for this. Like there was no way that this wasn't completely fine because she just helped herself to the turkey and she was being very polite about it. But it never dawned on her that she was in trouble for eating the turkey. She just chowed down. Trying to grow your eyebrows, Todd? I am. That's why I'm repriming. I had to bring back the eyebrows from the smoker incident. Charlie, you would have been impressed. That thing, now I know what you're talking about. And because I listened to you, I remembered what you said. So, because it was under the garage, And so I was like, you know what? I'm not going to open this just here because this could flame up pretty tall. So I backed the car out of the driveway and I pushed my smoker out into the driveway where it wasn't under anything. And I opened it up, and for 4 feet wide of that smoker and 10 feet off that grill, there was hot flames. It was super hot. I was like, oh. Yeah, it was. And I burned the crap out of my fingers reaching up, shutting it. And I'm like, well, we're just going to let that burn out. And I had no choice. I just let her burn. I did before I shut it. I had a bucket of Malden salt and I threw it in there, but it was like peeing in the ocean. It didn't do nothing. So I was just like, well, we're going to let that burn out.
That poor smoker.
Well, it's a champ. I mean, that smoker's like 300 pounds. It's heavy. So I knew it was made out of good stuff. I'm like, well, that fire is contained in the best place it could possibly be, which is in a metal housing. So just let it snuff itself out. And so it did. It worked pretty good. All that happened was my secondary tray that's under the grease trap kind of got buckled from heat, So I might have to get another tray, but like it is what it is. I'm glad my dogs are short. No joke. No joke. Kozak could use a barrier to entry for sure.
27 degrees I have no idea what it is here, but it's freezing. It's Melbourne weather. Let me check. Melbourne weather. It's just cold. 17. 62. Yeah, 17 degrees Celsius.
I'm 63 here in Chicago right now. Todd's at 61.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm a wuss. I don't like it. It's too cold for me.
Oh, I know.
Yeah, I'd like 60s are fine. It was getting down into the 30s, which is zero. Like it got 0 Celsius here the other day. That's what made me buy a coat, which by the way, wouldn't have normally made me buy a coat, but after losing the weight.
Yeah, it just really gets to you. Just wait a little bit longer and you'll be feeling it.
I'm starting to wonder when I get another 150 pounds off.
You're going to be shivering.
Yeah.
On a 70-degree day.
I think I might actually, because I was like, good Lord, somebody turn up the thermostat around here.
I know.
And you're going to turn around and say, Lindy was right. It is cold. Everybody, this has got this on recording now. So Lindy was right.
I'll let you know. I'm gonna try not to sissy out that bad, but I did. I'm not gonna lie. I did buy 2 jackets and 2 flannel shirts. I'm like, I gotta layer up. This is getting ridiculous. Because I was going out to my car in the morning, go to work, and I get chilled first thing in the morning, and I come home and I'd be cold all day. I'm like, dang it. So I got a jacket and a flannel, and that helped.
There you go.
A couple of days ago, I examined pork butts in Walmart. They are shockingly tiny. Where are the fully grown pork butts of yours? I remember the pork butts in Hagerstown
20 years ago.
20 years ago.
German area.
Oh. I don't know. Our pork butts are like 18 to 22 pounds. So I don't know if that's big or small, to be honest with you. Oh no, Scott's got mechanical issues.
Oh, you best broke down.
What did he do? What did you do, Scott?
You're always breaking something. Gosh. At least it's a bus and not your car, so I'm okay with it.
Back door won't close. You shouldn't have opened it.
That's all right. Yeah. Make the passenger stand out on the road and you can listen to our show.
Man.
It'll get him off the bus faster.
For sure. Just take hard lefts or whatever flings them out. You don't have to make the stop now. They can just tuck and roll.
You finish it an hour anyway, so he'll be home soon. Yeah, 60 degrees is pleasantly cool. Don't you Australians have winter coats and mufflers? Well, I don't have one that fits properly. Yeah, I bought one and it's too big for me now. So I look like my daughter calls me crazy because all my clothes are too big. And then if I try and buy smaller clothes, they don't fit around my belly. So I'm just an odd shape right now. So I don't want to spend money on clothes. I'm trying to save up. So
wait.
For sure.
Best way to do it.
Yeah.
I think we caught up.
Yay.
That's awesome. Just checking.
I think Michael's getting tired.
I'm hurting a little bit.
Yeah.
Well, I think we're caught up.
I still got to do something for dinner too. I still have to figure out.
I got you.
Well, cook after this.
And we caught up with the comments. This might be we might just call it at 2.5 hours tonight so that, let's see, barking squirrel. Oh, wrong one. I'm clicking the wrong things. 20 pounds. That's hog. Oh, 2 pounds? How do you get a 2-pound pork butt? What kind of butt's that? That's not a butt.
Cut down, yeah. It's not a full size.
Yeah, that's definitely.
It's about the size I get here. I get about 2.5, 3 pounders when I get them.
Out of a pork butt?
They're cut, yeah.
Oh, my pork butts are like this big. They're huge.
You buy the whole thing. I would love to get one that big.
Oh, huh.
I just picked up one. I got like a 2.5 pound, 2.7 pound or something.
I got you. I didn't know they're that small. I didn't even know they cut them. I thought you just, because pork shoulders and pork butts here are the same thing, but they're all about, like a small one's 14, 15 pounds here, but usually they're 17 to 22 pounds, 18 to 22 pounds.
Okay. I'd love to take you meat shopping here so you can show me all the good cuts. I have no idea. I just walk in there and it smells good, but I have no idea what anything is, how to cook it. It'd be good to have a connoisseur with me to tell me which are the good cuts of meat and how to cook it all.
For sure. Love to. We'll definitely, I want to see what the meat's like there. We'll go crazy. We'll make some fun stuff.
Yeah. We'll have to do a few lives. We'll put the smoker on and sit around. Not that we drink beer. Normally you sit around with a beer or a stubby or something, but we'll try and find some Topo Chico for you.
There we go. Or some Saratoga or just
sit around the
smoker. For sure. Well, except for Michael's idea of Sky vodka. We can't do that.
No, I can't do that. You'll have a good time, but
yeah, but it's not carnivore. Potatoes. It's Russian potatoes. But we appreciate you guys. We're going to let you guys go and chat with Michael, and he can go get to his dinner. Here's Charlie. Oh, you great. Oh, you son of a.
I'm not touching. No
I'm not
hands.
touching it either. Go ahead, Michael.
I'm letting you do it now. Go ahead.
Okay, I wasn't sure.
Oh, okay. Till the price goes up.
I
Cheeky
got
buggers.
They were on sale. They were pretty cheap. Hard to pass up.
Yeah, they probably were piglet butts.
Oh, poor
That
piggies.
makes more. Yeah, we appreciate
right.
you, John. We will see you guys next time.
Okay. See ya. Thanks for coming.
All right, guys. Have a
Bye,
good
guys.
week.
Bye.
Have a good week.